Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Good morning, everybody. Happy hump day. Oh, yes. We've made it, friends. We've made it to the middle of the week.
Most people, a lot of people,
We're
well past hump day because they get Friday off.
Oh, 'tis a good one, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a good Friday, of which we'll make it even better because we'll be here. But
Yeah,
I know my
yeah.
wife was like, today is Friday. She's
Amen.
done. She's taking tomorrow. Yeah, so a lot of people out there well past hump day, heading into a Easter weekend.
Sometimes I wish I was more vocally religious, because then, like I'd just say, I've got to take Good Friday off, and they'd be like, well, what are we going to do? Argue with him?
My kids,
I got to be close to the Lord.
Of course. My kids went to a parochial school,
Mm-hmm.
and the month of March and April, you pay a private school tuition. You're paying tuition every month. And our March and April, there are so many days off for religious holidays, for Easter, for Fiesta, all this stuff. He's like, what am I paying tuition for? My kids are never in school. They're always at home.
Well,
This is one of those weeks.
It's one of those times.
And as a sports talk radio station, we're not as we're secular.
That's true.
We are not.
Yes.
We are not of the.
We don't pick
realm.
sides. We don't pick sides here.
So we come to work.
That's right. Happy hump day. You know what we got yesterday?
I got rain.
Well, okay, no, I didn't get that. We had our first home run for the double dong challenge, but it was only a single dong.
And he had a good day too.
Yeah, but one dong.
Only had one dong, and it wasn't the right dude, but we hope springs eternal. And by the way, Rangers playing pretty good.
Yeah.
At least against Baltimore, but I'll take the little victories too.
So who was our guy's name yesterday, Edwin?
Luis Gutierrez.
Luis Gutierrez. He's got some tickets to an upcoming Rangers game. Didn't get the double dong, but he got a single dong from
Danny
Corey
Jensen.
Seager.
And Danny Jensen had a homer too.
He did, yes. I think it was the Rangers like 3 or maybe 4.
Had a 3-run dinger, 3 hits.
And there was somebody, Pete Alonso hit a dinger too.
So this is good news for the game players. We got several swinging the bat.
Yes.
Got to pick the right one. We'll do it again today. The Baltimore, they're playing it's a day game. Got a nooner. So.
Yep. So we got you covered here. We like to keep everybody happy.
Yeah, man.
On the morning huddle here. That's the way we roll. It's weird because this is during the tournament, Rob, usually it's nonstop tournament talk. It's almost like the Super Bowl when it hits this point,
because
when the games on Sunday happen and then there's 8 days off. It's like, I just want to talk about the tournament and I want it to happen. But I know I don't like wait.
The stories have been, the stories have written. The juggernauts are here. We don't have the human interest Cinderella stories. We don't have the Florida Atlantics or whatever, the San Diego States. We don't have the small schools that nobody's heard of. These are suspects we're very well aware of. The interesting part of where we are today is where UConn sits. UConn sits on the precipice of legendary status.
Yeah.
I mean, they're about to enter a realm that only schools like UCLA and Indiana of the past can compare themselves to. I mean, there have been Duke runs and North Carolina runs and UCLA runs and 2 championships in a row. It's not passé, but it has happened more often recently. But the 3 and 4, the 4 consecutive years, the numbers that this Caravan kid's going to put up, 4 consecutive tournaments. If even worst case scenario, he'll be 17-2 in the tournament. I mean, it's the numbers that UConn could put up and where Hurley could put himself as a coach in the annals of college basketball. It's crazy, and I don't think it's getting the notoriety that it should, because I don't feel like people really gave UConn a whole lot of attention this year.
Well, I mean, UConn, the Big East was terrible.
I think so. And here we sit where Hurley could start being mentioned in the realms of Wooden and Knight and Krzyzewski. I mean, this is where we are with this.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see how UConn does in this Final Four, because they are the one team that I don't want to say it feels like nobody's giving them much of a shot.
Exactly,
and myself included. I'm guilty of this also.
And it's been all tournament long. I would bet. I'm sure we could find that number, but the percentages of brackets that had UConn in the Final Four, I bet was under 30%.
I'm sure.
You know what I mean? So the rest of the country didn't give him a whole lot of credit, and I bet, quite frankly, I don't think Hurley believed that he'd be here. And his heart of hearts, I don't think thought he'd be here. So I think that's a story that has gone kind of unpushed, because we already kind of know who Hurley is. He's already gone through the coronation, the wins, the courtship by the Lakers. He's kind of, well, here we are again kind of stuff. And because of the familiarity, there's not a lot of stories. We're just waiting for the fight. There's not a pre-fight weigh-in. We already know who everybody is, where they've been, and where they're going.
Yeah. So now we wait and see. We patiently wait. Patiently waiting.
And the other part of this, we're not waiting. We're not monitoring an injury. Is a guy going to be well?
It seems like everybody's ready to roll.
In good shape.
But it is that's the annoying thing, is now having to wait until Saturday for a game when I'm just ready for it to happen. I want it to be over. I want it to be over. I want to get to the next level. I want to get to the next step.
There's a lot of, as far as the tournament itself, San Antonio, we got to get this stuff taken care of. We got to fix our business. The fact that we're not even on the list for a Final Four as we sit right now.
Oh
yeah. And knowing how much fun and how great it is to be around it. A lot of me says, just get on a plane and fly to Indiana. Just go and drink it in, because it is just such a fantastic environment and event that we got to fix our business here and make sure we get back on this list, because it's something we're going to miss.
And this will be a good one. This year will be a very good one. Last year was a very good one. But yeah, this should be a good one. That Arizona-Michigan game, it's all I've been thinking.
And that's Saturday. That's the second game?
Yeah, that's game 2.
Oh, boy.
That's the main event of the evening, they call it.
My whole weekend is around that. There's that Sunday Easter stuff, but Saturday.
Yeah. He is risen so he can watch the championship game.
And available for the party.
He's trying to watch that game on Monday night, of course.
Jesus is bringing the dip.
That's right. I'm stoked for that. I don't know that I could have picked a better matchup than that Arizona-Michigan game, the way that things have come through. I heard Jason and Joe talking about how they wish it was the championship game. And yeah, I mean,
we get this every year.
Yeah, you could do that every year. But as long as Illinois wins, I'm interested in the championship game too, just because I know that Illinois, man for man, has as much talent as damn near anybody.
You put the other side of that, UConn, man, talk about been there and done that.
Yeah,
no matter what we get in the championship game, it's going to be pretty thrilling. We're going to get either the new dudes or the old dudes or a mix of both, and it's going to work out quite well.
Friends, we've got a lot to get into today. A whole lot of action. We've got some NFL to discuss from the owners' meetings. We've got some NBA to discuss. The Spurs begin a back-to-back tonight. Very, very important back-to-back against only the best quality teams. That's all the Spurs play anymore.
You got to play what's on the schedule.
That's right.
That's it.
And you know what I've even got today?
What do I got dingers
that I never talk about?
What? I have no idea, because you never talk about it.
Soccer. I got a little bit of soccer to talk today.
Okay.
A little bit of soccer.
I'm sure that really lit some people on fire.
Beep, that much soccer. And I've also got Tiger Woods, drug addiction. Ooh, spicy. He's got to go to rehab now. Remember the last big superstar that we sent to rehab? And
what is Tiger stepping away from?
He's stepping away from video game golf.
I'm stepping away from my leisure activity.
Yes, video game golf on a giant TV screen.
Inside an air-conditioned building, hitting a ball into a screen.
Which, by the way,
a stressor in my life that I have to push away.
The best part of it is he wasn't even doing that, and then he did one event, and he was like, "Man, I'm so stressed out from work. I've got to get high."
So, dude, where you go? What exactly are you going to do if you're stepping away from the leisure activity that we all step to? Where exactly are you going? I'm going to go in an immersion tank. I'm going to put on some goggles and disappear for about 6 months. I'm trying to find something that I can do absolutely nothing, less than what I'm doing now.
He is going to get his life together. And it's very important for Tiger. And Tiger's got to figure out how to lie, too.
Well, there's a bunch of criminal defense attorneys going, this is what I tell you not to do.
Yeah.
This.
Yeah. I'm not even a lawyer. And I was like, Tiger, you really misplayed this.
Blew this one.
All right, but we got all that and a whole lot more. It is a hump day on the Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Cleared that road work at 35 northbound 410 to Weidner. In the clearing stages, southbound 35 as you approach 1604. Now we still have this road work at Loop 410 westbound as you approach Starcrest. Only the left lane open as you stop and go from Randolph Boulevard. And a stall at I-10 eastbound West Avenue off to the right shoulder. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA. Time saver traffic.
I'm worth more.
You bet I'm worth more.
I'm worth a little more.
We completely agree. At GiveMeTheVIN.com, you are worth more, and your car's worth more. And we want to pay more for good cars that Give Me the VIN, because they are worth more, and so are you. And remember, if we don't beat a deal from Carvana or CarMax, we'll pay you $100. For top price, trust, and ease of transaction, GiveMeTheVIN.com, America's best car buyer.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVIN.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Hey golfers, you could win a set of custom golf clubs from Flight by Yingling. Thank you to everyone who played in the sold-out 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Spring Golf Tournament presented by Flight by Yingling. Now, imagine hitting the course with a set of custom clubs valued at $2,800 with a cold flight, 2.6 carbs, and 95 calories. Enter now at yingling.com/golf. No purchase necessary. Must be 21 or older. Flight by Yingling. Enjoy responsibly. DG Yingling & Sons, Pottsville, Pennsylvania.
This report is sponsored by Thomas J. Henry Injury Attorneys, available 24/7.
An accident can leave you struggling to pay for medical bills. At Thomas J. Henry, we believe you deserve justice, no matter your financial situation. That's why you don't pay us unless we win your case. Thomas J. Henry, the name you know, the firm you trust. San Antonio, Texas.
The Easter Bunny, he's lost his dazzle. His tail, flatter than a pancake.
Yeah, no more poof, see?
And those eggs, they're supposed to be spiffy, colorful, full of magic, but the trap, streaky, like they've been kissed by dust bunnies.
And when the cabbage we're shelling out for eggs, they ought to be the cat's pajamas. But nope, everything's on the fritz, and we know why.
Hard water.
Nasty build-up, filmy gunk. It's giving the whole shebang the heebie-jeebies.
It needs a Connecticut. Their non-electric, high-efficiency water softness make water the bee's knees. Your skin, smoother than a gangster's alibi. And eggs?
Gleaming like gold in a G-Man's pocket.
For a limited time, get a free reverse osmosis drinking station, $400 off for trade-in, and 0% interest for 12 months. Call Connecticut of San Antonio and the Hill Country, 210-656-PURE. That's 210-656-PURE.
It's a limited time, so hop to it, see?
License number 38961.
The Gomez Law Firm is San Antonio's leader in personal injury law, and we have Jose with the Gomez Law Firm here with us to share more.
Number one priority is to let the people know that we are a law firm that's been part of this community for 50 years. Mr. Gomez, he's been a practicing attorney here since 1973. He's born and raised here in San Antonio, done nothing but help out personal injury victims. It's very important that we get that out to the San Antonio community, because a lot of these attorneys like to come in here and act like they're from here, but they're all out-of-towners. They don't know what goes on here. If you've been injured, if you've been involved in an accident, you've been involved in a car wreck, call the Gomez Law Firm. We've been around for almost 50 years. And we're not going anywhere.
If you or your family have been injured in an accident or hit by a company vehicle, you need to visit joegomezlaw.com. Call the Gomez Law Firm at 736-4040.
And remember, Gomez Law fights.
People. They're good. Good for laughs, for snorts, for cries, and goodbyes. People are good for doing nothing or getting up to something. People are good for squad goals and squad. People are good for you. Jim Beam, best enjoyed together.
Jim Beam, Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey, 40% alcohol by volume, 2026 James B. Beam Distilling Company, Claremont, Kentucky.
Looking for TRT that's flexible enough for your lifestyle? Head to Synergenics and Low T Center. Choose testosterone shots or pills. You can pay with insurance or out of pocket and even have your treatment shipped to your door. And now at Synergenics and Low T Center, they're offering new peptides, new treatments, and more. Boost your energy, libido, and confidence for results you can feel. Book your free testosterone test now at fixmylowt.com. That's fixmylowt.com. Injuries happen, and when they do, skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Quarry area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray casting and bracing, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at tsaog.com.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation, so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
Taxes was feeling so stuck. Sitting in traffic, squeezing into a parking spot, all to squeeze in getting tax help during your lunch break. Now Taxes is a TurboTax expert who does your taxes for you, while you go about your day getting real-time notifications about their progress and the most money back guaranteed. Now this is Taxes. Intuit TurboTax. See guarantee details at turbotax.com/guarantees. Only available with TurboTax experts. Real-time updates only in iOS mobile app.
You're listening to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
I blame you, Rob, for
get in line, brother. Get in line.
What's
what
happening today? Yesterday, we talked about the stuffed crust pizza at Papa John's, and you said you're a fan.
Well, the stuffed crust at Pizza Hut.
Or that's what I mean, at Pizza Hut. Yeah.
I want to give credit where it's due.
Yeah. And you said I'm a big fan, even though
it's not the highest brow things that I'm proud of, but that
Yeah.
is a guilty pleasure that I pay the price for because of the overwhelming amount of manufactured cheese product.
And I said yesterday, I don't remember the last time I ate at Pizza Hut. Like, I don't remember the last time I had a pizza from Pizza Hut. I'm a bit of a pizza snob.
Yeah, me too.
And, well, yesterday I went with my son to the gym. We trained for a couple hours, and we're both burned some calories. We're pretty hungry. My wife, when we get out of training, I look at my phone, and it's we ate Whataburger. I'm not cooking dinner. Fend for yourself. So I tell my kid, what do you think about stuffed crust pizza from Pizza Hut? Now, I've trained him to believe that that some pizzas are inferior. And he says, really? And I said, yeah, just maybe see how that stuffed crust is working. And he's like, well, I'll eat pizza, but I don't want the stuffed crust. I said, okay. So I look online, and there's a special for
buy one, get one.
One stuffed crust and one regular
crust. You don't
crust.
always get the stuffed crust. Sometimes it's not even available.
Well, I got one stuffed crust, one regular crust, some boneless wings.
Oh, see.
And a 2-liter.
Why would you see? Then the Pizza Hut wings, which are we sure those are real wings?
I don't know. I'm not eating those anyway.
Chicken of the
cave. That's not my problem. That's my kid.
So
my
that
kid.
was it. All right.
I don't like boneless wings because I don't know what they're.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Are we sure that's real chicken?
No. I know when it's got a bone, I know that's a chicken wing.
It could be a bat wing.
Could be. You're right. Now I've got that to worry about.
Chicken of the cave. It's from Anchorman. Anyway.
But I got home and I was so hungry. I sat down. I ate that whole stuffed crust pizza by myself. A large stuffed crust pizza I ate in one sitting.
I can see how that's my fault.
And now I feel terrible.
Well,
I woke up feeling terrible. I said, "Oh my God, what's Rob done to me?"
All I said was a guilty pleasure that I pay the price for, and you didn't. You took into account the first half of what I said.
I know. I
did
stopped
not
listening.
take into account the second half. Of
I
what
did. I
said.
thought you were done.
And I pay a price every time I do it, man. And I don't even eat a whole one. But some of those things are worth the pain. And every now and then, the overly processed pepperoni has a brilliant flavor with that.
I think I'm.
cheese.
I think I'm good for a couple years.
Yeah, like I said, it's not an everyday thing, but it'll come about a year from now. You're going to go, you know what was good? It's kind of like women in childbirth. They forget. You don't remember the second half. You just remember the food.
What'd you like? What was your favorite thing to eat when you were a kid? Like not like a restaurant, but like if you were eating something at home. What was?
Like what my mother would make?
No. Like if your parents said, "Hey, we're."
It was always. I mean, back in my day, you had pizza.
You frozen pizza or like a delivery pizza?
Just delivery pizza.
Okay. You know what I ate a lot of when I was a kid? And this is now like the most vile thought to me. I used to love to eat Chef Boyardee spaghetti in a can. Like the spaghetti and meatballs in the Chef Boyardee can.
We had that after school. I mean, that was something we'd come home to.
Yeah. I loved it.
I didn't dislike it.
I
don't eat it now.
It's funny. I thought about it a couple weeks ago.
Oh, don't.
And I was at the store, and I bought 2 cans of it.
No.
And now I just stare at them, and I'm like, I can't eat that.
Crazy.
I can't eat you.
When my kids were my oldest was getting ready to go off to college, and I hadn't had it since I had literally graduated from college or left school. Was ramen.
Oh, I eat ramen all the time.
Still, you still see. Yeah. I ate it for so long that and I had this fond memory of it. Mm-hmm. So I got some to show my kid, like make ramen. You could do a lot of different stuff. Cook it a lot of different ways. And I made that first bowl, and the first bite, all it brought back to me was like poverty. This is what things tasted like when I had no money.
Yeah, I do. I mean, I typically don't just eat it like plain out of the bag, but I'll like
I was like dress it up.
Onions.
Oh yeah,
egg
dress it up, throw an egg in there. I was trying to show them, look, man, you can do a lot of stuff with this 75-cent package of ramen. I lived off this, and I was so excited to make it. Then I ate it, and I was like, no, I'm never going to eat this again. It just tastes like poverty to me.
Yeah, I can still eat. I'll still go through
the
some
sense
ramen.
memory that food brings to me. That was one of the sense memories. I could just picture myself in a surrounded by squalor in my college apartment, just surrounded by filth, just trying to get something and to feed myself on $1.
Well, now today I feel like that pizza's sitting right here,
and it will for the next 6-8 weeks.
Oh God, that's the thing about that cheese product. It doesn't go through you the way that normal cheese would.
It sticks to the edges.
So thanks for that. You've
like I said, you didn't listen to the whole story.
I know you just said, "Oh, it's a guilty pleasure," and I said, my brain shut off.
You pay a price because all you could think about was that delicious cheese inside of the crust. You said they've improved it with butter garlic.
Yeah, there's like some sort of the sauce that you dip Papa John's crust in, like the little sauce cup they put in their pizza.
So they baked the goodness in now.
Now they baste the crust with that.
I'm not against it.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not. It makes it very messy though.
If you're going to pay a price, you might as well go all in. If you're going to commit a sin, make it a huge sin.
Edwin, you eat the stuffed crust? Are you a stuffed crust guy?
It's okay.
You're a Wisconsinite. I mean, like you guys are. You're the land of dairy.
Cheese. He knows cheese.
Any type of pizza is good for me.
Okay, any type of pizza.
I mean, any type of crust.
Same thing about sex.
What'd you say?
I said it's like sex.
Oh, okay.
Any kind.
I mean, stuffed crust is okay.
Okay.
But it's not like I don't like go seek my way to try to get it.
Now you strike me as a person who eats cheese pizza.
No, that's not true.
Okay, what kind of pizza?
Supreme.
Do you like? Supreme.
Yeah, that's my favorite type.
Oh, I didn't see that coming. That's a shocking development. Because normally, like when we get breakfast tacos, you're like, oh, I'll have the whatever the blandest thing they've got is. Maybe can I get a potato and egg or bean and cheese?
I get chorizo sometimes.
Oh, look at you! You're getting spicy, Edwin. All right.
You didn't think I was a Supreme guy?
I didn't. I would have never thought that. I wouldn't think of you as like. So you like olives?
Yeah.
Oh,
Supreme or meat lovers.
Okay. Yeah. The only thing on Supreme that I don't mess with is olives. Like I like onions and mushrooms and peppers just fine.
Green or black?
Either olive. I don't like any olives. Yeah, I don't mess with olives.
I could have an all olive pizza.
I know. Oh, that's vile. Yeah,
you don't like none of them. Like
I'm out on olives. That's
like when you go at HEB and they have those like 19 different olives. That's not in your wheelhouse.
No. I don't like any olives. But that's the one pizza topping that I'm pretty much out on. Anything else? It's fair game for me.
You like fresh or canned mushrooms?
Just
me?
Fresh.
Oh yeah.
I prefer the canned. I think the fresh dry out.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think the canned is a better pizza product than the.
Interesting.
It dries out. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, my wife likes what's the she likes. When you guys eat vegetables at home, are they frozen or canned? Like if it's not fresh vegetables, does your wife prefer frozen vegetables or canned?
Frozen.
Mine too. And I grew up a canned person.
Well, I think the quality of frozen is so much better than it used to be.
Okay.
I think it made sense back then.
Okay.
But now I think they've improved how they make it to the extent that sometimes I can't even tell if it's not fresh.
Well, for me, I like the canned because just in case there's an apocalyptic event, I know I'll have some French cut green beans. And if in that case, if the freezer went out like that, what would happen? What would happen to all those peas?
I've got some French cut green beans that are up pushing the date limit, sitting in our pantry right now, pushing that 9-year limit.
Expired.
That is
expired.
That's expired is just kind of a helpful hint.
That's what I say too. My wife is like with milk.
Oh, see, I grew up in a house full of boys, and with my boy, we never had milk long enough for it to expire. Milk would disappear in a day.
My wife, she'll look at a milk and it'll be like 3 days from the expiration, and she'll smell it and go, "Oh, this milk's bad."
Oh, that was my wife when we first got married. No, we wore
this
that
milk's
down.
fine.
We wore that down.
Well, yeah, maybe you don't drink it. The rest of us will drink it just fine. We're not worried about that. Whatever you're smelling, I don't smell that.
Milk is always a strange thing that you get older, you don't drink it as much. But when my boys were around, it was always in the fridge, and I drank it. But I never really actively sought it out. And then when they were both gone, we hardly ever have any milk in it. We always have like just the smallest possible for recipes, but it's not something I go out of the way for.
You get like the
well, it's the half gallon.
A half gallon. Okay,
and we always have that in the fridge, but it's not something that I go to drink because I always feel like we might need to save this for a recipe.
Yeah.
But when my boys first left, I would every now and then hanker for a big old glass of milk.
I like chocolate milk.
We would have the mix as well, but once they were gone and the milk kind of disappeared, every now and then I crave milk, and that's something that you have to kind of.
But you're lactose intolerant.
Well, see, I think that's one of the reasons it's gotten worse is because I got away from having it on a more regular basis. Because when they were around, it was always in the fridge, gallons.
Your defenses are lowered now.
That and I feel like my bones need to have a little bit of stress test. It's got to start thinking about what they're doing at 60.
Your osteoporosis.
You never know. I've had the bone scan. It seems to be doing all right. That adamantium's holding up.
That's good. It's good to hear.
That's
all
an
right.
old superhero.
Speaking of adamantium, we'll talk about Tiger Woods on the other side. Morning Huddle 94.1.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. They have completely cleared that road work at 35 northbound 410 to Weidner. In the clearing stages, southbound 35 as you approach 1604. Now, we still have this road work at Loop 410 westbound as you approach Starcrest. Only the left lane open as you stop and go from Randolph Boulevard. And a stall at I-10 eastbound West Avenue off to the right shoulder. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA. Time Saver Traffic.
All right, step up. If you really know the Rangers, this is your game on Rangers Game Day. Make your call in the Morning Huddle's Ranger Double Dinger Payday. Pick the Ranger who takes one deep. He hits one, you're in. Ranger tickets. He hits two. Now we're talking tickets and a hotel stay. Big swings, big rewards. Wake up with the Morning Huddle and cash in with the Morning Huddle's Rangers Double Dinger Payday. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Texas Rangers.
Move over, Chips. There's a new crunchier MVP in the snack aisle. Enter pork rinds. Southern recipe pork rinds are low-carb, gluten-free, and packed with protein to keep you going. And the flavors, big, bold, crunchy. From sweet barbecue to hot honey, every bite brings that flavor-packed crunch you crave. Grab your favorites today at H-E-B or online at porkrinds.com. Southern recipe pork rinds are your snack time, crunch time hero.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like needing a lawyer, but getting some guy who just watches courtroom dramas.
How does the defendant plead?
Guilty. Wait, what? Also, objection.
You object to what?
Erroneous.
Counsel, approach the bench.
Hey, can I get a whack at the gavel?
You wouldn't settle for just any lawyer, so don't settle for just any insurance. Get the real deal with State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
This report is sponsored by Straight Talk Wireless. Every now and then you find a deal that actually feels like a win. With Straight Talk Wireless, you get more and pay less. Now that's a good deal. No contracts, no credit checks, no surprises, all on Verizon's 5G network. Find it in the same place you've always found straightforward prices. Exclusively at Walmart and StraightTalk.com.
Hi there, I'm John O'Hurley. You know our pets are beloved family members. But sadly, though, there are so many dogs that get euthanized every day due to the lack of funding. To give them a chance at adoption, I invite you to support Puppy Food Bank. Thanks to generous donors like you, all of the food sent to pet shelters from Puppy Food Bank never comes with a bill. So please go to puppyfoodbank.org and make a generous, caring $15 donation every month. Your donation will absolutely save pet lives.
If you've been thinking about buying a new or pre-owned car, truck, or SUV, think Ancira.com. Browse through thousands of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, SUVs, and RVs. Shop for your next new Chevrolet, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Ford, Buick, or GMC. Looking for an import? We have a huge selection of Kias, VWs, and Nissans. For your home away from home, a full line of RVs and campers. And you'll always get the lowest Ancira price, in-store or online at Ancira.com.
The tournament is back. You know there's going to be upsets. You know there's going to be buzzer beaters. And I can tell you, Underdog is the best place to get in on all the action. Hi, Jason Minix here from The Blitz. On Underdog, you can make your picks and win money right now here in Texas. Love playing on Underdog because it's fun and it's easy. Because you pick whether your favorite players are going to go higher or lower on stats like points, rebounds, steals, and more. Get all your picks right, you can win up to 5,000 times your cash. So download the Underdog app today. Use my promo code STAR to score $50 in bonus entries when you play your first $5. That's promo code STAR at Underdog. Make picks, win money. Must be 18 plus and present in Texas. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-MY-RESET or visit ncpgambling.org.
Hey everybody, Joe Reinigle here for Window Nation. You know, spring is a great time to open your windows and wait, your windows won't open? They leak? They're cracked? They need repainting again? You know, getting top quality custom fit windows from Window Nation is easy and affordable. During the More You Buy, the More You Save sale, you could save up to 50% off. Plus, you could get them with 0% interest for 5 years. During uncertain times, one of the best investments you can make is in your home. So visit windownation.com now to book a consultation.
A small business affirmation from Progressive. Bakery owners, you will be loved today. Every pastry will be flaky. Your cake will make a child's day. Your delivery van won't get sideswiped by a distracted garbage truck driver. But if so, breathe easy, knowing you'll get back to business quickly with Progressive protecting your commercial auto. See if you can save in as little as 8 minutes at progressivecommercial.com.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
If you don't care about saving 50% off your wireless bill for the same 5G coverage the big guys are charging a fortune for, maybe you care about keeping jobs in America. Pure Talk does. They've pledged to run their entire operation from this country, including all their customer service. Or maybe you care about our nation's veterans. Pure Talk does. They've donated hundreds of thousands of dollars to America's Warrior Partnership, a fantastic organization working hard to prevent veteran suicide. Or maybe you care about closing America's skills gap. Pure Talk does. They're a proud supporter of MicroWorks. They're helping my foundation train the next generation of skilled workers. Don't get me wrong, saving money's great, and you'll save plenty with Pure Talk. But if you want to be in business with people who share your values, dial pound 250, say micro, and switch to an American wireless company that actually stands for something. Pure Talk.
DQ presents the Blizzard Double Flip Deal.
For a limited time, when you buy one Blizzard treat, you get a second for just 99 cents. That's 2 Blizzards, 2 spoons, 2 flavors, and 2 flips. So don't miss out on the Blizzard Double Flip deal, available only for a limited time and happening now at DQ. Because the only thing better than a Blizzard treat is a second Blizzard treat for just 99 cents. It's a deal to flip for. The Blizzard Double Flip deal. Participation may vary.
Staples presents That Was Easy.
So I own a coffee shop, and I wanted to label everything with our logo.
That's ambitious.
Cups, boxes, bags.
Ooh, that'll add up.
Not at all, because right now, Staples prints custom labels for 30% off.
30% off? That's shockingly affordable branding.
Yep, now our logo and URL are seen all over town.
Brand your business for less at Staples.
That was easy.
Shop Staples in-store, online, or in the app by 4/18 to unlock. Exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up on The Blitz, the Spurs hit the road. They've got a back-to-back, and it all starts at Golden State.
We'll get you ready on Game Night San Antonio, brought to you by Vision Source. Plus, we'll have the latest from the owners' meetings out in Arizona.
And I promise no complaining all day.
The Blitz starts at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe.
Hey, good morning. Rob and AJ, 94.1, here on the Morning Huddle. Tiger Woods has made the very difficult decision.
He's retiring from retiring?
He is stepping away from golf.
Stepping away.
Now, when the last time Tiger Woods played golf? I don't know. None of us remember. It's been... like on Titanic, it's been 120 years.
Yeah, I have vague memories of you playing. No, obviously, go get help, brother. Go get help. You obviously need it. And I think it's the personality that made you great is the reason you're here today. You feel like you can overcome anything. You've done everything before, and you've achieved greatness, and you should be able to beat this. And this is something people can't beat. So go. But don't come to me and say, well, I'm stepping away from my busy. And he probably has a busy corporate schedule, but I don't think that the stepping away from golf means anything to me.
Now, he is the chairman of the PGA Tour's Future Competition Committee.
Like I said, I'm sure a billionaire has things to do. Yes.
He's got golf jobs, golf-related work.
He gets to choose all of that.
Right.
There are no have-tos in his life.
They ain't firing Tiger because he's got to go.
He doesn't have to do anything. There's a lot of things that he needs to do, but there's nothing he has to do because he's Tiger Woods.
And now more has come out on this. He was not drunk. That's why he was able to pass the breath test because he didn't have any alcohol in him. He did have apparently had
a couple of Vikes.
All the hydrocodone that you can.
Two Vikes in his pocket.
Yeah, and he still had to.
Dude.
They said that he was sweating profusely while being questioned in the backseat of a vehicle that had cool air flowing.
Oh, that's baloney.
Yeah.
Next. And that's Florida. We all sweat.
That's when he stated he didn't realize the vehicle in front of him had slowed down because he was looking down at his cell phone and changing the radio station.
Yeah, you could tell he rolled up on that trailer.
Yeah.
Flipped his truck, man.
But here's the move, Tiger. I'm not trying to tell you how to drive under the influence, but this is what I would have done. So if I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh man, I wrecked my SUV. What am I going to do? I'm high as a kite. I'm going to. I know I've had zero alcohol. I'm going to say, you know what, officer, I don't know what happened. I know you probably think I'm drunk. I'm willing to take a breath test. And then as soon as I do that, and he says, okay, well, you passed the breath test. Are you willing to do this field sobriety test? I would say, no, I feel like I've got a concussion. I feel like something's happened to me. I just don't feel right.
Don't do anything. You don't say, I want a lawyer, and you go sit down.
Yeah. I just feel
read me my whatever, but don't do half.
No, well, I mean, I'm just saying he knew he could pass the breath test.
Well, he was high. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
if you're in this situation, you're high, and whatever decision you think is a good one, you've already made enough bad ones. You're not going to make a good one now.
Oh, you're saying
Sit
you can't
down
make
and
good
shut
decisions when you're high?
I'm just, dude.
You make
so
good
let me get
decisions
this
all the
straight.
time.
You blew, and then you couldn't take the test, and you could have gotten out of the test by just saying, you know about me. I've been in a car wreck. I can't walk in a straight line on
look at
Sunday
me.
morning. What are you talking about?
Oh, you're
So-
saying I'm sweaty? Yeah,
it's
we're
Florida.
in Florida.
I mean, okay, next question. I mean, but that's why you don't say anything. It's going to suck for the first 8 hours. They're going to scare the hell out of you.
But also maybe do not keep the
Well,
leftover
don't drive
drugs.
high, first of all. Stop
Oh, yeah.
that.
But secondly, don't keep your leftover drugs in your pocket.
Pocket. And you know, I mean, he's going to have a jury trial. He's hoping all those other Indian Creek millionaires don't want to convict him. But this will never go to trial.
You think the housewives of Indian Springs want hydrocodone off the table?
That's their stock in trade, man.
All they do is get high and crash their SUVs.
That's what we do up here.
We take pills and crash our Range Rovers. That's life here.
I appreciate that you're going and getting it done, but to come to us and say, I've got to step away from this lifestyle, this life I'm living, too much.
It's too much.
Too much. That video game that I'm playing on Mondays on TV, wearing me out, man.
Now, if you remember, this isn't his first time that he's had to go seek treatment, because in 2009 he went to what I like to call boner rehab.
Yeah.
Where he after his wife found out that he had multiple affairs going
and had beaten the hell out of his car with a 5-iron.
Yeah, he said
I was in Orlando at the time.
He said, "Honey, I'm going to fix this by going to sex addiction rehab."
Yeah, I'm gonna try to stop banging Friendly's waitresses in the bathroom.
I don't know. Listen, I'm not. I don't. Maybe sex addiction rehab would work. I don't know, but it just sounds like all he did was kind of take 45 days off.
Yes. And that's why when he comes and says this, you're kind of like, so what exactly are you doing? So you're stepping away from this lifestyle to do what? And the last time you went into rehab, it was for what? And it's all good.
No, that
huh?
wasn't the last time. Remember, he did it again in 2017.
This is the last time you rolled it, and now we're here, and you're stepping away from this lifestyle that you seem to be decreasing by the year anyway.
But that wasn't. He got that DUI, but he didn't really go for alcohol and drugs, which he was using, but he was using it because he had a sleep disorder and needed pain management because of his injuries. So he went to a special intensive inpatient program where they could help him with those things without the use of drugs.
Well, I think that the fact that he was an addict wasn't taken into account.
Yeah.
Even no matter what rehab he was in, one was facilitating the other.
He's got the addict look, which is like the unkempt hair, and
he always does. He has the perfect
the eyes
mugshot. Dude, we can tell. I don't need to know anything of the backstory. I know by just looking at you. And have you seen the picture of him pulling out of the police out of jail when he's getting taken home?
No,
that is a world. It rivals only former Prince Andrew. I mean, he's sitting in that chair like, oh no, this is not good. I'm going to have to go spend 6 weeks at Trembling Hills to get out of this one.
The great Tiger Woods. The great Tiger Woods.
It's not sad, I don't think. It's just I think this is probably the last time we're going to have to deal with this with him. I think most of the third strike is normally what gets you home.
Well,
in this situation.
Yeah, and this is Tiger Woods is 50 years old.
Yeah, at some point you just don't
I know there's
do it.
still people who are like, oh, he's going to win one more major, or is he going to catch Jack? The answer is no. Tiger Woods is done being a competitive golfer.
Yes,
he'll
do senior tour, and you will see him at the first week of the Masters and do all that stuff. But that's his place.
He will play on Thursday and Friday and won't be around on Saturday.
And we'll really care about that Wednesday, the one that we all pay attention to with all the other old dudes.
Because on Wednesday, he hasn't started to embarrass himself yet.
Well, it's a little par 3. I mean, he's playing this 9 holes with Sam Snead's ghost. Yeah. You're like, okay, man, go out and roll. You're now with those guys.
Yeah.
And it's sad.
It is, but he's 50.
Well, I mean.
What pro athlete keeps going until they're 50 anymore?
Well, I think everybody's trying to.
And again, he's got money. It's not like he's got to play golf to feed his kids.
I know, but there is I mean, there's just this thread of people that are of an age that golf is only and will always only be Tiger first.
Oh, well, that's me.
There's a 15-year generation there that no matter what tournament it is, no matter where we are, 15 years later, 5 years, whatever it might be, this tournament would be better if Tiger was here.
Like Scottie Scheffler's so great, and I don't care.
Yeah, we don't. This tournament would be better if Tiger was here. I don't care if he's winning. It'd just be better if he was here.
I agree.
And there's that generation without him here. I do think that golf is less than that. There are people that are only Tiger fans that are gone forever, that aren't going to come back. And I think that is a problem that golf has been trying to fix for 15, 20 years. They're trying to find a way past Tiger. And he continues to come close, just enough to get a little taste for that generation, this generation. And this might finally be the Velcro ripping apart. This is it.
Which is so funny because it's not like Tiger's some sort of great guy. You know what I mean?
No. But, the greatness outshines, attitude. And he was so great for so long that it's just hard to imagine the golf world without him. And, it's such a good segue to what is going on with the NBA and LeBron. I mean, this guy just continues to continue. And Tiger continues to continue without actually fulfilling the actual end of the goal is to see him play. Tiger still stays in our orbit. He's still been around, but he's not been on the course. And that's kept enough of these generational kind of fans around, just enough. We get him on Monday nights playing a live video game. Oh, he's close to the game. He's swinging a club, but he's wearing a red shirt. That's Tiger to me.
Yeah.
And I think that kind of thing with him separating and stepping away from the game, that might be the final goodbye for a lot of fans.
All right, we'll wrap up the first hour on the other side. Morning Huddle 94.1.
Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Yeah, baby. 6:52. We've got some NFL to talk in the next hour. I've almost felt like I've been away from the NFL. I miss you, NFL. What have you been doing lately?
Not much.
How are you? Are you lonely? And I think the NFL misses me too. I like to think that anyway. I like to think our relationship is a two-way street.
It is not. Trust me.
Well. But yeah, we'll have some NFL discussion today. The owners' meeting's underway. We'll hear some sound from Jerry.
It's funny. We got one league trying to expand games and grow more, and we got one league trying to cut it back in the NBA.
Yeah.
And to make things even stranger, baseball is now on the cutting edge of
technology.
Of umpiring and technology. Who'd have thought that? Seriously, baseball, stuck in the mud, 150-year-old, we don't change for nothing. Over the last 5 years has been the most experimental, the most game-changing rules. Now, the NFL's certainly done some stuff, too, with the kickoffs and that. But you look at what baseball is now, and adding the shot clock or the pitch clock and the robot umpires and all that, they are now on the cutting edge, and you got other leagues watching them to see how this works out.
Well, this CB Buckner is he's about done for. This is going to kill him because yesterday it was the Brewers and Tampa. I mean, he made one of the worst calls I've ever seen. Like the Rays made an error. Like they threw the ball away. They threw the ball past it past the first baseman. They missed it, and it's a clear safe at first situation. Well, this umpire decides to say, well, the batter didn't step on the base, so he's out. And it's so he was standing right there. I don't know how his eyes are looking down at the base. I don't know how he saw it and said, nope, didn't get it. Well, of course, they go to the replay and he was wrong. It was so obviously incorrect that both managers were laughing at him.
And now there's recourse.
Yeah. And I think the biggest recourse is humiliation.
Well, obvious, and that's
because this is the same guy who got challenged on 2 in a row. It was like a 1-2 count, and he tried to ring him up twice in a row, and both times he stepped out and tapped his helmet. And the batter was right both times.
So, given that, if you're an NFL ref and you're watching what's going on with your brethren, your cohorts, your partners in crime or peace, just getting raked over the coals because their inadequacies are now evident and obvious and challengeable. And you're about to go on strike, and the owners are going to go, well, you know what? Let's just amp up this technology just a little bit more. You are risking a whole lot more than your longevity. There's going to be some straight up layoffs. I'm talking about a reduction in force. We don't need all these refs. We got cameras.
Yeah. Even worse yesterday, Mark Wagner, who was the plate umpire in the Red Sox-Astros win yesterday, there was a 9-pitch walk in the 5th inning, and Cam Smith should have been struck out after 3 pitches, and he swung and missed at 2 cutters to start the at-bat. After the 2nd pitch, there was a steal and a score on an error. After about 40 seconds, Smith swung and missed again. So he swung and missed at 3 pitches, and they let the at-bat keep going. Oh. All right, we'll talk some football coming up next. Morning Huddle 94.1.
You're locked on the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. KTFM Floresville.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ziprecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
ZipRecruiter. This report is sponsored by Burger King. Burger King has been working on the Whopper, and thanks to you, it's never tasted better. Flame grilled beef, crisp produce, and a perfectly toasted bun. Whether it's been weeks or years, come try the Whopper again for only $3.99 on Whopper Wednesday. Terms apply. Visit bk.com/terms.
Looking for TRT that's flexible for your lifestyle? Head to Synergenics and Low T Center, where they offer TRT shots and pills. Pay with insurance or out of pocket. You can even have your testosterone shipped to your door. Ready to change your life? The choice is yours. Book now at fixmylowt.com. Join us for San Antonio's most elevated fiesta event, Taste of the Northside, presented by H-E-B, on Thursday, April 23rd at 6 p.m. at the Rocket La Cantera. Enjoy tastings from over 50 local restaurants, plus premier wine, cocktails, cold beers, and live entertainment for one all-inclusive price. All proceeds benefit Brighton Center, serving children with disabilities and developmental delays in San Antonio. Tickets can be purchased at tasteofthenorthside.org. Viva Fiesta!
Ready to celebrate? Hop into Easter festivities with everything you need at Target. First, get ready for your special occasion with 25% off stylish looks. With spring vibes, vibrant colors, and fresh florals, you'll find outfits that match everyone's style. Then, fill up their baskets with endless joy. From select Easter plushies to fun toys they'll love at 20% off. Don't miss out. Make this Easter unforgettable at Target.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like needing a lawyer, but getting some guy who just watches courtroom dramas.
How does the defendant plead?
Guilty. Wait, what? Also, objection.
You object to what?
Erroneous.
Counsel, approach the bench.
Hey, can I get a whack at the gavel?
You wouldn't settle for just any lawyer, so don't settle for just any insurance. Get the real deal with State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Taxes was feeling so stuck. Sitting in traffic, squeezing into a parking spot, all to squeeze in getting tax help during your lunch break. Now Taxes is a TurboTax expert who does your taxes for you, while you go about your day getting real-time notifications about their progress and the most money back guaranteed. Now this is Taxes. Intuit TurboTax. See guarantee details at TurboTax.com/guarantees. Only available with TurboTax experts. Real-time updates only in iOS mobile app.
You know that Chick-fil-A sells more than chicken, right?
Hello, my name is Jaleesa, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit is how it's all of my favorite breakfast items in one good bite. That fluffy egg, that melty cheese with that perfectly grilled sausage. It just gives you that warmth, that comfort food that you love. It is the best possible option for a classic breakfast.
Comfort is calling. Order a Chick-fil-A sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit with Simply Orange Juice on the Chick-fil-A app today. Real guests paid for their testimonial.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. Getting reports of some debris in the roadway on Loop 410 westbound at Perrin Vital. We've got 2 right lanes blocked. Working an accident on Loop 410 on the frontage road westbound at Starcrest, and a stall at I-10 eastbound West Avenue now off to the shoulder. Definitely starting to fill in a little bit. 90 eastbound 211 over to 410, and 1604 westbound 35 on over to 281. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA. Time Saver Traffic.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
In the NBA, the Spurs get back to work tonight, riding a 9-game win streak. They're in San Francisco to take on the Golden State Warriors. Tip set for 9 o'clock. The game will be televised on ESPN. In other NBA news, LeBron James became the winningest player in the league's history last night with his 1,229th win. He passed Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. In the NFL, the Dallas Cowboys owner Jerry Jones spoke yesterday at the NFL meetings. He was asked about George Pickens and his contract situation. He said there's been no fresh talks, but he does have Pickens in his long-term plans. In the MLB, the Texas Rangers took another one on Danny Jansen. Had a good game. 3 hits, including a 3-run dinger in the 8-5 win. They're going to wrap up their series in Baltimore today, a game you can catch on San Antonio's ESPN AM 1250 and at 11 o'clock for the pregame. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hello, friends. Happy Hump Day. Morning Huddle 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. The NFL owners meetings in full swing. There's a lot going on in the NFL owner meetings these days. There's discussion. A lot of the discussion they're talking about it now on ESPN, or they were earlier, about Jalen Hurts. And finally, people are starting to figure out what I've been trying to tell them, that Jalen Hurts is not good at football.
Well, he's not a good quarterback.
Yeah, he's not. Yeah, well, I mean,
you can play a game with a lot of help.
Yeah, I mean, if you put me on, the '92 Dream Team instead of Christian Laettner, I'd have a gold medal right now, Rob.
Some would look at it like, I'm so good at a quarterback, I don't even have to throw a pass and a half, and I can win a game. I don't even have to throw a pass. They're so afraid of me throwing down deep that they just back up. I just can run the ball all day. And he did. That's why you hire an agent, to say things like that.
Yeah, there's discussion now that they're asking him to go under center more. He's not comfortable with that. These are, again, it's unsurprising to me, but if I were one of these coaches, and by the way, what's he going to be on, like his 6th OC this year? These are red flags. Oh, you're telling me you're not willing to throw it more than 15 yards down the field. Oh, that's okay. That kind of limits what we're doing here. Oh, you won't go under center. Oh, well, that kind of limits what we're doing here also. They've tried to really not put it all on Jalen. They'll say, oh, well, the offense is having these problems. There's a lot going on with the offense. That's code words for our quarterback stinks. And A.J. Brown has basically, he hadn't said it, but he's kind of said it.
Would you be saying the same if he was getting paid Baker money instead of Jalen Hurts money? If he was getting paid $25 million a year, $30 million a year, middle-of-the-road money in the NFL, and his record is his record. I mean, they're playoffs. Mm-hmm. Would you be that upset with it?
No.
Yeah. And I think the Eagles continue to look at him like he's Baker Mayfield. And he is technically, but he's getting paid Mahomes money.
Right.
And I don't think anybody would be mad at Jalen Hurts. In fact, we'd worship him. This is what happens when you build and decide we're not going to invest all this money in a quarterback. We're going to invest other places. We're going to have great running backs and wide receivers, and we're going to lift him up. Well, yeah, and it's worked. But you paid him too much money, so now you've turned what could be a great story into a villain. And I think Jalen Hurts is kind of like, I didn't do this. All I did was get paid.
Yeah.
And I'm the same guy I was that won the Super Bowl. I'm the same guy that won the MVP. And now you're coming to me and asking me to do all this? No, I thought we had an understanding. We all know I can't throw the ball, but if you allow me to do other stuff. And so I think that he's a victim of his own success. If he'd have taken less money, we wouldn't say a damn thing about him.
It says there's a story about the end of the 49ers game where it says with 43 seconds left in the playoff game against the 49ers, Kevin Patullo was trying to come up with a play. Jalen Hurts stood in front of him, and Nick Sirianni was also nearby listening. Patullo addressed Hurts and Sirianni directly, suggesting what appeared to be a play call for a game-deciding 4th down. Sirianni made eye contact with Patullo and then looked at Hurts as if he was open to input, like as if he had a say in this thing. They deliberated briefly, and they ended up going with 4 verts, which the Eagles had just run on the previous play.
That's sending everybody deep.
Yeah. This time the 49ers were all over it. Everybody collapsed on Dallas Goedert over the middle for a failed attempt to then win, and that was the end of that. But then one team source recalls Hurts was the one who recommended 4 verts. A separate source with knowledge of the situation says that though the Eagles quarterback did suggest it, he was simply responding to a question about his preferences. Either way, not everyone with the offense was thrilled. I was like, oh my God, this is not happening. We can't run 4 verts. That's what the team source said. Though it's unclear what other plays were considered, if any. Sirianni ultimately approved Hurts' suggestion. Within seconds, they were headed home. Now, part of this is also on the coaching staff.
I was going to say, this is probably 60-40 coaches.
Yeah,
problem
if I can sit here and tell you,
I'm open, Coach. Give me the ball.
If I can sit here and tell you what I believe to be true about Jalen Hurts, I know for a fact that the guys coaching him are fully aware of his limitations. There's no way they can't be.
Yeah.
I can see it on TV. These guys are in the film room with him. They are on the field with him. They know what this guy can and can't do. Maybe don't let him make the big decisions there.
That goes without saying.
If there are guys, I mean, first of all, I can't picture a world where Andy Reid would let Patrick Mahomes tell him what play they're running on 4th down. Like, Andy Reid's going to say, hey, here's what we're doing. But there are certain, like Peyton Manning throughout his career, pretty much every head coach, Peyton Manning was essentially his own offensive coordinator his whole life. But you look at Peyton, you say, what feels right here? And you trust him to do it, and he does. Jalen Hurts ain't Peyton Manning. Tom Brady, probably, I would guess most of his career, they said, what do you think, Tom? And
so you've named 4 of the top quarterbacks of all time. I mean, yes, those guys go without saying. Jalen Hurts, the great coaches, and I like that you brought up Andy Reid. Andy Reid is great because he knows exactly what Pat Mahomes needs.
Yeah.
You might not see it, I do. And there's things that you see that I don't, and I'm going to listen to you for that. It's up to Sirianni to know exactly what Jalen Hurts needs. Call the freaking play. If your OC can't do it, you do it. You don't defer to your quarterback. You don't defer to the players unless they have built up a track record of doing something that they're asking to do right now that you know they can do. If you're letting Jalen Hurts throw 4 deep that's just spitting in the wind, man. It's not going to work. It's just, that's foolish. And that's their fault, not Jalen Hurts. Again, he's a victim of his own success because, no, you're right. He's, as far as throwing the ball, he's the 32nd best thrower in the NFL. Well, he's a running back with an arm. Yeah, that's what he is. But that running back with an arm won a Super Bowl.
He's not fast.
Well, but there's a reason the tush push has been successful. There's a reason why those RPOs that won a Super Bowl were successful because he's a glorified running back with an arm. And that's what you signed. That's the offense that you worked with. Unfortunately, that doesn't work in the NFL. It works for a brief shining moment. To be an ongoing successful quarterback, you've got to be a threat with your arm. Yeah, not a great threat, but enough. And you're not even that. He's not even that. And that's by their offensive design. They didn't want him to be that threat.
It's funny the different takes that people have about Jalen Hurts. Now, Nick Sirianni, his head coach, says he compares Hurts' leadership to Michael Jordan. Okay, feels like a stretch, but okay. His agent, Nicole Lynn, says that his obsessive work ethic reminds her of Kobe Bryant. Teammates don't have that nice of a thing to say about him. Poor body language, not always bought in, not the most coachable. The players notice. That's from an anonymous source on the team. First of all, if your team has anonymous sources talking about you, you're doing something wrong.
Philly's been spiraling. I mean, I get it, but I mean, they got this is Philly. This is his own mess. Cowboys have their way of doing things. Philly has another one, and fans play such a huge role in this for Philly. What angers me here is this is 80% coaching. This is a coaching problem. They allowed themselves to get here. First of all, they should have nipped some things in the bud with Jalen a long time ago.
Yeah.
They let him get too far. But some of it is you have a certain product. You have a thing that only works a certain way. You're not going to be able to engineer your way around this thing that only works a certain way. You can't pretty it up with fast wide receivers. It's not going to help. That thing doesn't work that way. And they kind of got away with it because for a year or so, because it was a threat. You did have A.J. Brown and Deshaun Jackson. Those guys could go way downfield. And then you had a running back that you had to pay attention to, and that mix worked for a minute. But now everybody knows that the weak link in the kind of offense that you want to run is the quarterback. And they're going to take him away every time they can. And as your offensive line is depleted, as your defense is no longer able to keep you in those close games that you were winning, it's going to get more and more difficult. And now we see all the cracks. And now we know inside the building, everybody knows that you can't throw, and they're mad at it now.
Yeah. It's an ugly situation. I don't know what they're going to do.
It's the end. He will no longer be an Eagle by the end of 27. I tend to think that too. I think there's one more year of this, and they know, he knows, everybody knows that he can no longer sustain at this amount of money. And it'll be a money thing because they'll go get themselves another quarterback, a bridge quarterback for a minute, and they'll exit him and suffer the consequences, and then go draft another quarterback and have a new head coach taking the reins. That's what's going to happen.
Colby says Hurts is not making Mahomes money, and Baker's a better QB. Hurts. I mean, on a average per year basis, makes more than Patrick Mahomes.
We're just far away from the contract he signed, but when he signed it, he got paid Mahomes money. Yeah,
Jalen Hurts is making $51 million a year. $51 million. That is $1 million. That's $1 million less than Lamar Jackson.
Trust me, Philadelphia is the cautionary tale, and they did it with a Super Bowl champion. They had every reason to do exactly what they did because, heck, the quarterback won us a Super Bowl. What are we going to do? Of course we're going to pay him. But trust me, Arizona looked at this. Anybody with an old quarterback's like, you know what? This is crazy. Yeah. I'm watching the best collapse under this weight. I'm not going to deal with it anymore. And I think teams are realizing that overpaid quarterback, if he ain't absolutely perfect, you're going to pay the price for 4 years afterwards.
Very, very difficult. Franklin says the Eagles are about to have a fall off and will miss the playoffs. Commanders seem ready to control the division for 10 years with Jaden Daniels. Well,
crazier things have happened.
Crazier things have happened, but Jaden Daniels wasn't particularly good last year either.
Yeah, I mean, that's obviously a Commanders fan talking. But I do get that this is a transition, and I don't know who's going to be the next one to step up because the Cowboys are kind of at the end of their little window too. I mean, this was an all-in attempt over the last couple of years. Good. This isn't a rebuilding thing.
It does feel like the NFC East is kind of opening up.
It's wide open,
and, if the Eagles do end up having to move on from A.J. Brown, that's another domino to fall.
What? He's gone. There's no way he's on this roster.
He's still on the team, is what they're telling me.
But it's that post June 1 cut that we're waiting on. There's no way you bring him back because one, he's fomenting insurrection. I mean, he's already caused a promise. It ain't gonna get nice. So no, he can't come back, and he doesn't want to be back.
He's got to be the guy who's the unnamed source.
Oh, of course he is.
I can't throw the ball 10 yards. It's terrible.
And the thing is, everybody knows it. You watch the ESPN package today.
It's very awkward.
All the bad passes, and that's him.
All right, let's hear the latest from Jared Jones on the other side. Coming up next, we'll hear from Jerry. It's the Morning Huddle 94.1.
The Institute for Functional Health has been open for a long time. They've been around long before semaglutides. They've been a long and successful record of getting people like you and me underweight, to get them off of the rat race that they were on with just living a tough, hard life and not really feeling good at any point. And the first thing to make yourself feel good, the functional part of the functional health, is to start losing weight. Once you start dropping weight, a lot of the things that you deal with on a regular basis kind of go away as well. You sleep better, that brain fogginess that you just can't get your day going, that goes away. You got more energy, so it makes it even easier to work out. You sleep better. It all kind of rolls into one big health picture. And Dr. Torres understood that from the beginning. And he'll tell you when you call him today that he can make your life better faster than you can believe. And it has nothing to do with shots. It has nothing to do with pills. It's just you deciding it's time to feel better. And to feel better, you got to do a couple of things. And he'll help you along the way. Before you know it, you're losing weight and you're on a lifestyle that you can live with. It has nothing to do with keeping up a prescription. You can actually do it on your own. I'm living proof. 10 years later, down 75 pounds, and he is part of my life from now on. I live better and feel better because of the things that Dr. Torres helped me with. I want that for you. If it's time for you to lose weight, you're ready to feel better, call him. Here's the number. It's 210-468-1891. This is no miracle cure. This isn't a drug or a shot. This is you literally changing your life with a whole bunch of help from the IFF. Call Dr. Torres today. Change your life. And when you do, come on by. You can thank me later.
San Antonio's newest sports headquarters, Novo Brewery. Juicy, thick-cut ribeye, picanha prime sirloin, Brazilian empanadas, stacked burgers, and more. This is bring your appetite food. Novo is attached to North Star Mall with late hours. Visit novobrew.com.
The tournament is back. You know there's going to be upsets. You know there's going to be buzzer beaters. And I can tell you, Underdog is the best place to get in on all the action. Hi, Jason Minix here from The Blitz. On Underdog, you can make your picks and win money right now here in Texas. Love playing on Underdog because it's fun and it's easy. Because you pick whether your favorite players are going to go higher or lower on stats like points, rebounds, steals, and more. Get all your picks right, you can win up to 5,000 times your cash. So download the Underdog app today. Use my promo code STAR to score $50 in bonus entries when you play your first $5. That's promo code STAR at Underdog. Make picks, win money. Must be 18 plus and present in Texas. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-MY-RESET or visit ncpgambling.org.
Hey everybody, Joe Reinigle here for Window Nation. You know, spring is a great time to open your windows and wait, your windows won't open? They leak? They're cracked? They need repainting again? You know, getting top quality custom fit windows from Window Nation is easy and affordable. During the More You Buy, the More You Save sale, you could save up to 50% off. Plus, you could get them with 0% interest for 5 years. During uncertain times, one of the best investments you can make is in your home. So visit windownation.com now to book a consultation.
Since 1993, Thomas J. Henry dedicated himself to building a firm that injured clients can trust and respect. A firm backed by a track record of success and a commitment to our clients. If you've been injured, trust Thomas J. Henry. San Antonio, Texas.
By texting 64,000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from Ownwell. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at ownwell.com/terms. Estimate based on your neighborhood average and individual results may vary.
When I saw how high my property tax bill was, I was shocked. We couldn't afford this. But I discovered Ownwell. Ownwell reduced my property taxes and saved me over $1,000 in just 3 minutes.
Your property taxes aren't set in stone. They can be challenged and they can be reduced. But instead of filing a tax grievance yourself, Ownwell does it all for you with a combination of local experts and cutting-edge technology. Ownwell has reduced property taxes for hundreds of thousands of homeowners and put money back in their pocket. And unlike other companies that take half of whatever you save, Ownwell charges just 35%. And that's only if you save.
Now I never stress about my property taxes. Ownwell reduces it every year.
Sign up now for free. Don't pay unless you save. Text TAX to 64,000. Text TAX to 64,000. Text TAX to 64,000.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
You're locked on.
You play this on your weekend show, Edwin?
No.
Oh, they don't like this?
No, not really.
Not on the GFC playlist.
He only does this for us, Rob.
Yeah.
He knows you're a big Korn fan.
Oh, I thought this was some sort of Norwegian death metal. That's
No.
really what Edwin's into.
It's just corn. It's corn. It's got the juice. Owners meeting's going on right now. And Jared Jones in the building. Jared Jones. He talked about a couple things that I found intriguing. And we will start with the I guess let's start with the George Pickens stuff, because that's what everybody seems to be front of mind about. What's going on? What's the latest on George's contract negotiations?
Well, I don't and won't get into our planning and structure of our team and our cap, but the franchise tag is an integral part of all teams, but certainly an integral part of our strategy over the next 2 or 3 years as we look at how to keep the best players we can have.
Oh, okay.
It seems, I don't know. I'm gonna have to do a study on how often do guys get franchised and then play a full year on the franchise tag and then sign long term with the same team.
I would say it's a pretty high percentage.
Do you?
Yeah. And it might not only be 1 year, it could be 2 years on that franchise.
But it's clearly something like George Pickens is clearly not happy to be on the franchise tag.
I don't think he'd be overly upset.
I mean, he's made it clear that he wants a long-term deal. He's not looking to play
that's
on
what he's saying
a one-year
right now.
deal.
But he is going to get franchised.
Yeah, he already has been.
I mean, that's the life you live.
But a lot of these guys, they'll use the franchise tag basically to give them an extension on how long they can negotiate with.
And that's
so he
where
can't
I'm
be a
getting
free
at.
agent.
Jerry uses the franchise tag as a place. So let's put a pin in it and let's see each other next year. He uses it as a natural part of the negotiations. He pushes things down the road, knowing full well if he has that last straw to play, the franchise tag, if you're a representative, you know that's where you're headed. And that's why I read an article the other day about how few NFL agents actively seek to do business with Jerry. Because it just takes too damn long. Seriously. It just takes too damn long, and you lose options, and Jerry knows that. The longer he can string this thing out, and this is every contract we're talking about, the longer he can string it out, the fewer and fewer bits of competition he has.
Yeah.
So here we go again. So I hope Mr. Pickens is ready for this, because this is going to go on, and at the end of the day, you're going to get franchised unless you buckle. Unless you give, you're going to get franchised.
Here's Jerry talking about the contact he's had, or rather hasn't had, with George's agent.
Are any of you expect him at all in OTAs or anything?
I don't have a thought about expecting him or not. Don't know that one way or the other. I know he's working out, throwing with our quarterback, and so all of that's going good. I don't have anything out of the ordinary to comment about regarding him, franchise tag. All of that is normal to me.
Has there been any negotiations at all, or beyond the franchise tag?
I think your would refer to contact with agent, and we haven't.
Do you anticipate
haven't been. I mean, we have contact with the agent, but we haven't been.
Do you anticipate trying to get something done before the July 15th deadline?
I don't know. The franchise tag has an automatic time frame on it, and all of us will, and it's my plan and our thought that we'll all be working within the time frame of the conditions of the franchise tag. So it should play itself out, is the best way for me to say it. Make no mistake about it, we have long-term plans in mind for Pickens.
Well, we can draw this negotiation out for years. I have plans to negotiate with him for at least 3 more years. I mean, dude. Hey, this is just, I mean, I don't know why we laugh and we scoff. This is Jerry.
Business,
it has
huh?
been for 25 years. Look, man, he's not going, he's
way
not
he
a
does it.
multi-billionaire for no, he's going to extract everything he can out of this. And when I say everything he can, I'm talking about the publicity too. The interviews, the mics in his face. Only way those mics show up in his face on a daily is if he's in a negotiation with somebody.
Yeah, but you know what? Then, like, that can backfire, though.
Oh, it's backfired.
It
more than
backfired
once.
last year with Micah.
Yes. But again, you think this leopard's going to change its spots?
He looked so foolish at the end of that last year. Looked so foolish.
Who? Micah who? Shoot, we turned the page, brother. I said goodbye to a lot of players over the years because of stuff like this. Micah's in the rearview mirror, this distant speck. This is the new thing that gets the mics in his face. When he arrives someplace, you got press with microphones ready to ask him a question. We got to know about Pickens. And if it wasn't Pickens, he'd find some other fight to pick.
Pickens isn't the only guy playing on a short-term deal. Jerry also talked about Brandon Aubrey.
I would say that I'm satisfied short of where we are with him signing the tender offer. I'm satisfied where we are there.
So that means they're not looking to pay Brandon Aubrey long-term either, at least
I
not
think Brandon's
this
going to get
offseason.
paid. I think he's going to get more.
Well, I'm just saying not this offseason.
No, but I think if you push Jerry and it was a deadline kind of thing, Aubrey would get pretty close to what he wants. And Jerry's a lot of things, but I think and I have had this opportunity, having been in a room with them talking about kickers, they understand the value. It is not lost on them what the kicker has done for them. So I think it's surprising. I think they were surprised by how much they felt they're going to have to pay him, but at the end of the day, they're going to pay him. It's going to be the detriment to somebody else.
All right, so then Jerry started talking about the defense, and there's a couple clips here on defense and defensive moves he might make that I want to play here. First, Jerry here is talking about switching over to the 3-4 scheme.
We've made a conscious decision to be a blend of the equivalent of the 3-4. It won't be a pure 3-4. And that is, you can say that's with the times too. There's got to be flexibility. But it's not new to me from Bill Parcells to just throughout my time in sport and even going back in college. The 3-4 concept can give you a better run, support. And the question is, can that outside guy do a little pass cover a little space, plus give you the pressure on the outside? That's always been the big thing. The nine, they call one of them a 9 technique. And when you see one that can play the 9, that's be there
Better
and get
than
some
8.
pressure and on the outside, slide out in that flat and to cover that flat for you. That's a rare dude. He's important, and it's hard to do.
Call that there a 9 technique.
A 9 technique.
Hear that?
And when you see that 9, that's a rare dude.
Man, he is out there on what we like to call a super tackle.
Pumbaa says, did it backfire with Micah? Would have been paying a man with a torn ACL.
Shut up.
If you want to
Pumbaa.
simplify it that way, I guess you can.
Yeah.
But yeah,
it's the knee injury that. Here's what struck me as I heard Jerry talk was the total reason why we are here as Cowboy fans is how many other owners, apart from the long dead Al Davis, in the history of the league, would be standing at team meetings, the owners' meetings, and talking about defensive scheme and 3 and 4 technique and using the word we. There's every owner would go, why are you asking me that?
Yeah.
Every general manager should say, why are you asking me that? Let me get my defensive coordinator to talk about that. But meanwhile, Jerry's out there talking about the way his defense is going to run, and his defensive coach is kind of standing behind him with his arms crossed like, well, I guess that's what we're going to be doing. I know I interviewed and said some stuff, but it just strikes me that, dude, you're too much in the grass on this stuff. Still, you're telling me how you're going to play defense, and your defensive coordinator is kind of like, oh, yep.
Like you said, that's never going to change.
Never. I
That's-
mean, it
it'll
just
change when he
just
dies.
Struck me. He is describing and talking about 9 techniques.
Here is Jerry talking about the Max Crosby situation, if he'd go back and take another look at that.
I don't anticipate standing here right now revisiting that that situation. I don't anticipate it. Is it possible? Yes.
Is it possible? Yes.
Never say never.
Never say never.
Does he play a 9 technique?
He's not a 9 technique. But then they asked Jerry, okay, well, maybe it's not going to be Max Crosby. What about bringing Jadeveon Clowney back?
I think Clowney is more right than I am there, and so it's real hard when you look at how Clowney came home last year and the snaps he gave us. It's real hard not to have a place there for Clowney. But you can't have it all. You just can't have it all. And if things go right for us, we've already made a signing, we've made trades. We think that's the better way to go. And then, of course, we got the draft and could very easily.
Are the owners meeting at Buc-ee's? Where is this interview
going on? Yeah,
sounds like a bunch of semis parking
Love's
behind him.
truck stop. So it sounds like Jerry not interested in bringing Jadeveon Clowney back, which is unfortunate because I thought he was a real game changer for them last year.
I think that there's a lot of money out there for Jadeveon, but I will say this: nothing can happen until somebody tenders Aubrey. Somebody's going to tender Aubrey, and Jerry's going to pay him $1 more or whatever it takes, but he's going to pay him, and then we'll figure out, and then he's going to find out how much money he's got. I think he's actively wants Jadeveon back. I think he's the kind of guy that Jerry likes. He knows exactly what he's getting. He was good in the locker room. He certainly performed well. I just think the fear is with Jadeveon, and he's saying it, I might not have the money to get him.
Yeah.
When he says can't have it all. But I do think a lot of this is incumbent upon what Aubrey eventually signs for, because it is a blast to their budget. I don't think they expected to have to deal with this kind of money, but I do think they're going to pay him. And that, too, like I said, is going to be to the detriment of somebody else. And it might be because they pay Aubrey that Clowney can't stay.
Well, and here's the final clip I'm going to play from Jerry. It's about the pursuit of a linebacker.
Do you anticipate going into the draft with the current linebacker room you have?
No, we're looking to improve their personnel-wise and are continuing to do so right now before the draft, as well as the potential in the draft. So we want to get better there with personnel. We've been trying very much to make some trades. They haven't worked out for us there, but that will deter us from getting better there.
Do you anticipate the trade market being the most likely scenario for linebacker?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to anticipate here.
Would you be comfortable with a rookie at your green dot middle linebacker if you didn't get it in the trade market?
Yes. Yes. I think yes.
Which means we're going to have to pay some rookie money.
We might be stuck with a green dot linebacker rookie.
And at least he was honest. We tried it, and other avenues didn't work. we tried to get linebackers, hadn't worked.
All right, let's. When we come back, we'll hear from Brian Schottenheimer, who's also dealing with all this stuff. We'll talk to, or we'll hear from him coming up next. It is the Morning Huddle 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
I want to talk to you about a glass of water, something you might not think about very often, but you should, especially if that glass is coming from your sink in your house. What's in that water? Do you think about it, or is it just clean, fresh, ready to drink, boil, whatever you might use it for water? Because if you have a Connecticut, you don't have to worry about what's in it. That's all been filtered out. It's all been taken care of. It's been your appliances have been protected. Your pipes, they've been protected. Your skin is protected. Your whites are staying whiter. You don't have to question what's in that glass. because you got a Connecticut. If you don't, well, that's up to you. You might want to question a little bit, especially if you see that little white powder on your dishes when you open up your dishwasher, or if you see foggy ice, or you suddenly notice that pretty white shirt ain't quite as white as it used to be. You got a problem with your water system. That's why you need to call Connecticut today. The number 656-PURE. Those worries go out the door, and you're getting the best water treatment center service you can get. They've got the awards to prove it, and a little gift, a little something from them to you. You purchase real soon, you're going to get a reverse osmosis drinking station free of charge. They're going to put it where you want it. Put it in your sink. They got the decor to match what your pretty decor, and you'll never have to buy another water bottle again. That alone is worth the call. Call 656-PURE today. Go to ConnecticutSA.com for all the details. But listen to me. You deserve the very best. That's a Connecticut. Call them and get it. And you're going to come by and thank me later.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. Getting reports of some debris in the roadway on Loop 410 westbound at Perrin Vital. We've got 2 right lanes blocked. Working an accident on Loop 410 on the frontage road westbound at Starcrest, and a stall at I-10 eastbound West Avenue now off to the shoulder. Definitely starting to fill in a little bit. 90 eastbound 211 over to 410, and 1604 westbound 35 on over to 281. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by American Public University.
If someone in your family served, you may be eligible for reduced tuition at American Public University, because military service opens doors and education can open the next one. Learn more at apu.apus.edu/military.
When snack time calls, Pork Rinds answers. Be your own crunch time hero with Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds. Skip the chip and go straight for the ultimate crunch that's low carb, high protein, and loaded with bold flavor. We're talking sweet barbecue or hot honey. Yeah, it's that good. Snack smarter, crunch harder. Stock up on Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds at H-E-B or head to porkrinds.com. Make Southern Recipe your crunch time hero. If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Nothing but net. Nice shot. Man, I miss playing basketball. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
Lower testosterone?
Yeah, men just lose their edge after 40. The body has less testosterone. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
Nugenix, the testosterone booster.
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula. It skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours and boosts your body's free and total testosterone in just 2 weeks. Since I started taking it, my energy is way up. I feel like I did back when we played for Coach Mack, and it's even spiced things up with my wife.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try?
Yep, send a text. It's that easy.
Text TOWER to 215-215 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text TOWER to 215-215. That's TOWER to 215-215.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
The next 30 seconds could save you hundreds on your car insurance. At The Hartford, we're passionate about your protection. If you're 50 or over, AARP Auto Insurance from The Hartford gives you benefits that really matter. And you could save $597 when you switch. How's that for a little peace of mind? Visit trusthartford.com today. The Hartford, your protection is our passion. The Hartford Insurance Group, Inc. pays royalty fees to AARP for the use of its intellectual property. AARP and its affiliates are not insurers. Savings vary.
O'Reilly.
check engine, ABS, or maintenance light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. The service is free and provides a report with solutions verified by ASE certified master technicians. And if you need help, we could recommend a shop for you. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts. Shoot your shot on Prize Picks and get $50 bonus credit instantly in lineups when you play your first $5. Prize Picks makes every dunk, every dime, and every board that much more exciting. So don't miss this chance to get started on America's #1 app for sports picks. Download the Prize Picks app today. Use the code ROAM. Get a $50 bonus credit instantly in lineups when you play $5. That's code ROAM on Prize Picks to get a $50 bonus credit instantly in lineups when you play $5. Win or lose, you'll get $50 bonus credit in lineups just for playing. It's guaranteed. Prize Picks. It's going to be right. You do have to be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up on The Blitz, the Spurs hit the road. They've got a back-to-back, and it all starts at Golden State.
We'll get you ready on Game Night San Antonio, brought to you by Vision Source. Plus, we'll have the latest from the owners' meetings out in Arizona.
And I promise no complaining all day.
The Blitz starts at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hi, this is Joe Reinagle. You're listening to the home of the Texas Rangers, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
All right. Shoddy, head coach of the Cowboys, he's had some discussions as well about George Pickens and other things, talking with Kay Adams. Okay. Old K. Not okay, but old Kay Adams. Here is the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys discussing what he's had to talk about with Jerry when it comes to George Pickens.
If I'm a Cowboys fan, I'm thinking this was going to get done, which I'd be excited about. Any response to that?
We expect GP to be a Cowboy for a long time.
And I love to hear that. Do you and Jerry text about this kind of stuff? What's the dynamic there?
No,
Or
a lot
Steven?
of conversations.
Yeah.
A lot of conversations.
No emojis? No rocket emojis?
Depends.
Or
Yeah, not a lot of
stop
emojis. Yeah,
up? No?
definitely no.
Jerry's
no.
not an emoji
No,
guy?
not really. But I will say this: the best thing that I think we have going for us right now in the organization is our ability to communicate. You know, we just, like I said, it goes back to real conversations.
It's candor, it sounds like. Transparency?
Yes, 100%.
Yeah,
and that's the only way to do it. In any relationship, how are you gonna be successful in that relationship if you don't have trust and hard conversations and candor?
So it sounds like, I think Shoddy clearly wants George Pickens around.
Everybody wants George Pickens around, and Dak wants George Pickens around. George Pickens is going to be around.
wants George Pickens around.
Everybody, he is going to be around. It's going to be under a franchise tag for a year, and it's going to be contentious till we get there. And George will be a long-term Cowboy. And he'll know he'll be a long-term Cowboy the moment he buckles on something. Jerry wants something from him. I don't know what it is. Is it more years and less money? Is it more money in short years? I don't know what he's chasing. But the moment George buckles, he will get a deal. And if not, he's going to be franchised, and we're going to have this same conversation again next year.
And here's Shoddy talking about the off-season turnaround.
The starting point for us, getting Christian Parker. Incredible coach. I gave him a hard time. He's 34 years old. He's never been a coordinator. Right when we hired him, I said, hey, man, why you been slacking? I was 32 when I got my first job. But the staff we put together. Kay, it's so cool for me to watch our players come up when they're in there lifting, whatever, getting rehab, and they won't leave his office.
Really?
They literally will not leave CP's office. They come up there, they're just hanging out, they're just talking life, and he's into shoes. He's got 350 pairs of shoes. He's got watches that I probably can't afford. His style, his style is just different. And so I think I'm really excited about that. I'm excited about what we did in free agency. we filled a lot of holes. We got Rashawn Gary into trade. We really wanted to secure the secondary, so we got some really good safeties, some really good corners. And we want to go into the draft with the 2 first-round picks drafting pure. And I think we're going to be able to do that.
I mean, people weren't hanging around Eberflus.
You're telling me
get away from Eberflus's stories.
Yeah, he's so electric. That's what it is. And then they brought up I'm surprised that they did this. Brought up a guy by name when they were talking about a linebacker who would fit in the linebacker spot that they've been chasing.
Well, I will say this. Number one, we've made some really strong runs at inside linebackers. It hasn't worked out. You're looking at one of the biggest Bobby Wagner fans in the world. Being in Seattle with him for 3 years and watching him compete and just talk trash in a good way, I love that guy. And he's still playing at a high level. So we'll see how everything works out. It's an exciting time of year, but Bobby Wagner, total stud.
Haven't we had conversations about this total stud in the past?
Yeah, but now he's a free agent, so you're now legally allowed to talk about it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think this has been a long-term love affair even before Eberflus got there.
Yeah.
I mean, Bobby Wagner was a target, 2 years ago?
Yeah.
The last time he had a contract out there, so this wouldn't surprise me a bit.
No, it seems like he'd be a good fit. And it's fun. I mean, Shoddy saying that he's into him is okay. Yeah, it's a good thing.
Well, there's some people that aren't, so let's figure out why.
He's 36 years old,
Yeah.
but he still like you talk about, especially in this, like Bobby Wagner's the kind of guy Jerry would want because he's a real good defending against the run, and that is one of the things that is key for us.
Well, can he play a 9 technique?
No, but he could wear jersey number 9.
I think that who would you rather have? I mean, because the vagaries of the salary can be made up for. I know exactly how much I pay Pickens if the salary cap. If I franchise him, I know exactly where that piece of the pie is going to go, and I can make that decision now. I can go ahead and decide this is what I'll have. And if there is enough to go get a veteran, do you pay Clowney? Do you play Wagner? Because it might come down to that.
Well, I mean, whichever one you pay, you're going to look at the replacement in the draft.
Absolutely.
Like you're going to look at the other guy's spot in the draft.
So for my mind, you've dallied with Wagner before. You know what you're getting from Clowney. At least I expect. I mean, both of them are going to be a year older. I think the likelihood of Clowney being here is much bigger than Wagner. But I was surprised to hear, like you said, you don't normally hear a coach literally bring up a player as a free agent and be all in on it. So that might be Shoddy's little political ploy of going getting the guy that he really likes, and it might not actually be Clowney.
Well,
or Parker might like somebody else other than Clowney.
Bruce Feldman of The Athletic did his latest mock draft this morning, and now it is April Fool's Day, so maybe this has something to do with it. But Bruce Feldman does a mock draft based on intel that he's gathered from coaches, scouts, and agents over the last month. So he feels like he's got some insight as to. It's not like, oh, this team needs a receiver, they take this guy. Like he's actually pounding the pavement trying to find like who guys might be into. First pick, Fernando Mendoza, no shocker there. Second pick, Arvell Reese, the edge rusher from Ohio State, to the Jets. Third pick is where it gets interesting. The third pick, it's got the Dallas Cowboys trading up with the Arizona Cardinals and taking David Bailey, the edge rusher from Texas Tech.
Well, see, that cures a lot of the other questions, right?
Yeah, I mean, it makes up for not getting Max Crosby.
Mm-hmm.
It makes up for not keeping Jadeveon Clowney. It's a real big balls move. Now, mind you, Jerry didn't like the idea of paying first-round picks to get Max Crosby. I got news. You want to move up to the third pick in the draft? Guess what that cost you?
That's
first-round picks.
And that's why I'm reticent to believe that it'll actually happen.
Yeah.
I just can't imagine unless it is because Jerry's all in about a Godfather deal. He'll make a big move. Obviously, we part of the biggest trade in history. But I do think that all things have to come together. And I'm not even sure that the Tech kid's the best edge rusher there. That's the other thing there. I mean, obviously they're going to work out and do their due diligence, but I felt like there's probably other kids that could do what they need a little bit later if that's going to be the number one overall. But again, I wonder what the influence of the defensive coordinator is, because you get promised certain things when you get hired. And did they promise him, look, we are going to draft X or we're going to go chase Y? There might be promises made that we can't even, that I don't know.
Well, everybody seems so excited to have Christian Parker in the building. I would assume he's got some input on what personnel. I mean, I don't know that he's going to like just be able to willy-nilly say, this is the guy I want, this guy. But I do think he's got a voice in that room of, hey, this is the kind of stuff we need to run this defense.
It sounds like it, right?
Because they don't. I think they really don't want to have this rotating door of defense. Like I mean, I said before, I don't think Schottenheimer wanted to fire Eberflus. I don't think that was like he really wanted to protect that guy. It just got to the point where he couldn't.
Well, I think it was pride of, I made this hire, I want to try to make this work.
Exactly.
And it was, laid upon his chest, you cannot.
But that's where he is again.
Well, I mean, this one, we'll see. But I think that this one was truly we made a mistake with this kind of thing. The former head coach that might have, I don't know what it was, because they went the other direction. They went from my head coach that went down to D.C., they went and got a dude that had never done any of this before. And so they went a completely different way. And I wonder if that was Jerry liking or this guy just must interview well. Whatever the case is, I get the sense that he's got a fair amount of influence on the player that's going to arrive, probably more so than Eberflus would have.
But for me, it's like also maybe if you can trade up for less money or less picks and get a Desmond Bain or someone like, you don't have to go all the way up to 3. I think because like you said, there's different guys who different teams value differently at that position, and it's a heavy pass rush division or a pass rush draft class. So. Find a guy you like. Maybe not the ultimate guy. Find a guy you like. Don't sacrifice as much of your future, and bring a good guy into the fold.
One of the things that I'm sure, who's the guy that did the draft? We know Bruce the Cowboys Feldman. Are pretty apt to draft the guys that they brought in. Those 30 visits. Normally, if they don't arrive, you can pretty much X them off the list. And so I think pay real close attention over the next couple of weeks as the Dallas Cowboy visits come in, those 30 who's been walking through the door, and let's just count the defensive end and edge rushers and linebackers and exactly what the volume is and where they are, and you'll get a pretty good sense of who they're looking at.
The 20th pick for Dallas, which, again, in this mock, he's still got them picking at 20th, which means that the first-round pick they would give up would be next year's if they were to move up to 3. But it says Dallas has an interesting choice here between Indiana's Omar Cooper Jr. And the 6'4", 212-pound Denzel Boston, wide receiver from Washington. He had 125 catches, 1,700 yards, 20 touchdowns over the last 2 years. And the Washington coaches say that while they were – and remember, Tet McMillan, who was a first-round pick and the Rookie of the Year – played up there, and they said when they say the Panthers' first rounder is more fluid and has better body control, but Boston's faster and has stronger hands, very competitive. So
I'm all about it. I'm all about
wide receiver, rookie wide receiver
in the first round though. With all the money you already have spent in that room, I'm all about talent and drafting the best guy available. But how about the best guy available on the other side of the ball? How about the best defensive guy available?
But if they do, if that was the route they went, that would mean that if negotiations don't go that right with George Pickens, they've got a guy who can hopefully slot into that role, and now you've got money to spend on the defensive side.
But that's a massive assumption that Jerry Jones actually works with a plan B. I don't think Jerry ever has a plan B. He just goes, well, if that didn't work, we'll throw something else against the wall. Yeah. There's not if this doesn't, we'll do that. I think that would be an unfortunate thing to do in the negotiation process with Pickens if they haven't already signed him, because you're already telling him, look, man, I just might have drafted your replacement.
All right. We are halfway done on a hump day. It's all downhill for the rest of the week from here, Rob. We've made it.
Yeah, you can't fall off the floor.
That's true. Well,
I mean, it's already pretty down.
I'm going to try.
Oh, man, we got a long weekend for most.
Yes, it is a good day. We got plenty more fun and frivolity to get into, plenty more football. We got to talk some Spurs. Spurs have a big week coming up. It's the Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You're listening to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. KTFM Floresville.
This report is sponsored by Taco Bell. New crispy chicken crunch wrap sliders at Taco Bell. With all white meat nuggets and your choice of creamy chipotle or jalapeno honey mustard inside. One's a snack, more's a meal. At participating U.S. Taco Bell locations for a limited time while supplies last.
If you've been thinking about buying a new or pre-owned car, truck, or SUV, think Ancira.com. Browse through thousands of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, SUVs, and RVs. Shop for your next new Chevrolet, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Ford, Buick, or GMC. Looking for an import? We have a huge selection of Kias, VWs, and Nissans. For your home away from home, a full line of RVs and campers. And you'll always get the lowest Ancira price in-store or online at Ancira.com.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Ready to celebrate? Hop into Easter festivities with everything you need at Target. First, get ready for your special occasion with 25% off stylish looks. With spring vibes, vibrant colors, and fresh florals, you'll find outfits that match everyone's style. Then, fill up their baskets with endless joy. From select Easter plushies to fun toys they'll love at 20% off. Don't miss out. Make this Easter unforgettable at Target.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
What makes you so different than the rest of us?
We ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Tell me more.
Our investment counselors focus on service over sales, prioritizing clients' needs.
How do you make money?
We don't sell any commission-based products. We have a simple management fee based on the value of our client's portfolio. So we do better when our clients do better.
What about client portfolios?
We get to know each client, their finances, family, health, lifestyle, and more, and then we tailor a portfolio based on their specific goals and needs.
Your clients really come first then, huh?
Yes, we make them a top priority. Our goal is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement.
Wow, maybe we are different.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
What does it mean to work with one of the largest personal injury law firms in Texas? At Thomas J. Henry, it means we can take cases all the way to trial when others would have accepted a low settlement offer. It means Thomas J. Henry can put our team of legal minds, investigators, and medical experts to work for you. It means you get personal attention and access to our team when you need us. Visit thomasjhenrylaw.com. Thomas J. Henry, the name you know, the firm you trust. Principal Office, San Antonio.
Taxes was feeling so stuck. Sitting in traffic, squeezing into a parking spot, all to squeeze in getting tax help during your lunch break. Now Taxes is a TurboTax expert who does your taxes for you, while you go about your day getting real-time notifications about their progress and the most money back guaranteed. Now this is Taxes. Intuit TurboTax. See guarantee details at TurboTax.com/guarantees. Only available with TurboTax experts. Real-time updates only in iOS mobile app.
SportsCenter is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Well, your morning rush hour just got real busy. 410 eastbound Babcock, accident with 3 left lanes blocked. On 151 eastbound at Ingram, that right lane is blocked, and that has you stop and go from Military Drive. I-10 westbound approaching Gevers. This wreck is causing a 10-minute delay slow from Houston Street. Downtown got a broken down vehicle on 37 northbound Carolina Street, right lane, and on Loop 410 northbound at Ingram, west side, accident, left lane. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
In the NBA, the Spurs get back to work tonight, riding a 9-game win streak. They're in San Francisco to take on the Golden State Warriors. Tip set for 9 o'clock. The game will be televised on ESPN. In other NBA news, LeBron James became the winningest player in the league's history last night with his 1,229th win. He passed Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. In the NFL, the Dallas Cowboys owner Jerry Jones spoke yesterday at the NFL meetings. He was asked about George Pickens and his contract situation. He said there's been no fresh talks, but he does have Pickens in his long-term plans. In the MLB, the Texas Rangers took another one on Danny Jansen. Had a good game, 3 hits, including a 3-run dinger in the 8-5 win. They're going to wrap up their series in Baltimore today, a game you can catch on San Antonio's ESPN AM 1250 and at 11 o'clock for the pregame. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's 8:02 on the Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. AJ and Rob on a hump day. Hump day. Getting you through. Trying to get you to the weekend. Maybe we're in a hurry. I don't know.
Get to work first. I'm not on. That's on.
There you go.
Get to work first, then get through the weekend.
Yeah. Get your ass to work. That's what I say. Don't be like Tiger Woods and just take time off. I got a couple things. First, did you see that we talked a lot about this yesterday, about Jaden Ivey, the Chicago Bulls guard that got waived?
There's always more to the story in there.
He's going to receive his full salary.
Well,
like, this almost feels like a win for him. And yesterday we talked about, like, is there any world where he would have a lawsuit? Now the answer is absolutely not. Like, no, they're paying you out, and you're just not going to be a part of the team. That sounds like they said, hey, we're going to honor our obligation to you, but we just don't want you around here. I don't think he's got any recourse at all now.
No, but sometimes it's just cheaper to pay. You're paying for the exit. I think that they. It sounds like he's not a bad kid. He just has some beliefs that are rubbing people the wrong way.
Yeah,
but I do think if they were really mad at him, they'd cut him and say, "Come get the money, sue us." But I.
And then he said yesterday on his live stream that he's had suicidal thoughts in the past.
That was my other thing.
Now he's like he's going down. He's spinning. He's spiraling.
He can go share a bunk with Tiger.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know that he can afford to go to the rehab facility that Tiger's going to. Elsewhere, they did a story on The Athletic about something I've been talking about with John Shire.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I don't think anybody believes that John Shire should be fired or anything like that. But the thing did you see where Jay Williams came to John Shire's defense the other day? Like he posted this video where he was like, hey, it took all these other guys so many years to do this.
It's true.
And that's true. And I'm not here saying that John Shire should have won a title by now. I'm just saying that when you collapse in the way that they have the last couple years, that's an alarming trend.
Yeah.
And typically if you're blowing 10-point leads in 90 seconds, that's on coaching.
Did you want to fire Marv Levy?
No.
No.
I
mean, if you're collapsing, that's one thing. But you're not collapsing on the third week in November against Chaminade. You're losing in the Elite Eight and the Final Four to another juggernaut team, and one of them was a last-second miracle. So some of it is, yes, you need to be in better position, and yes, you have all the talent and all the money and everything. You're on TV all the time. You're at the apex, and to those who have been given great things are expected. And yes, there should be more pressure. But I ain't mad at you for where you are. I mean, my God, you had to be in that position to get beat from that position. So
Duke's last 4 losses, going back to Houston in the Final Four, Texas Tech and North Carolina in this regular season, and now UConn, were all double-digit leads that the Blue Devils could not close out. And then Duke's Elite Eight loss to North Carolina State happened, that was 2024. Now, that was Shire work. He was trying to move his roster around to make room for Cooper Flagg, who was coming in, and like, we want to build to be ready for Cooper Flagg. That was still a collapse, though. The other thing that Jay Williams said, and I'm curious where you fall on this, like when he's defending John Shire, saying, hey, he's doing everything right. He's saying he's gotten the number 1 recruiting class 3 years in a row. Well, that's awesome, but now you're telling me you're collapsing with the best players. I don't know that's the flex they're hoping it is.
Well, it is a flex to some alumni. I mean, you're trying to sell alumni on this.
Losing with the best players?
Well, no, not losing. I mean, he's not losing. He's lost a couple of games. I mean, he isn't losing by any stretch. He's winning 25 games a year, and he's taking on all comers. I mean, you take on Tech and you take on out-of-conference games like that, yeah, you take on the risk of losing. Yes, he has to be a better end-of-game coach. I think he will even agree to that. I think with all – given the circumstances and the way you're sitting here, yes, there's been some decisions, some prep that has been lacking. That is the only complaint I have, because he is getting 5 stars, and and
that's why he'll keep getting chances,
yes,
no doubt.
And now money is certainly a separator from some programs, but when everybody has money, and Duke is one of the everybodies, everybody got a lot of money. So now the separator is program and coach, because everybody's getting the same amount basically if you're a top 25 recruit. I mean, they're all getting that cash. So now the separator is coaching, and he does connect to his kids. They haven't had a drop-off at like North Carolina. They maintain this program, and they're spending the same kind of money that North Carolina is. So he is in the 98th percentile of coaches. But the reason he's not in the 100th is he's losing big games. But he's still in the 98th percentile and will have a job at Duke until he loses another 3 of these. But until then, when you're winning 28 games a year and making it to the Final Four and Elite Eight, you're almost unfireable, man, because no one will come and take the job after they fire you, because what the hell do you expect from me?
Well, everybody's fireable.
Well, what I'm saying is you can fire him, but you're the quality of coach that will then arrive and go, well, you fired him after what now? Final Fours 2 years in a row and getting beat by last-second shots? And so my only recourse is if I don't win a title in 4 years, I get fired too? Is that what – because that's kind of what you're telling me. Well, then there's a lot of guys that'll be perfectly happy where they are, getting paid the same amount of money, or within, $500,000. That pressure ain't there.
Yeah, or you got to, but also those same guys also realize they can get a different caliber of player at Duke than they're getting where they're at.
Again, there's the players that Duke is recruiting. Anybody that they would hire from are getting those same players. I mean,
no. No one else is getting Cooper Flagg. No one else is getting the Boozer
yes,
twins.
Yes, they are. Yes, there's a lot of. There's only 2 of those guys. There's 10 draft picks that are going number 1. There's DeBanza sitting over there. There's Peterson at Kansas. They could have also all been to Duke, but the Boozers could have also been someplace else. These top 10 picks are all the same dude when they're coming out of high school. They really are. Now, some will separate and some won't, but the money is the same. The separator now is the coach and the program and the relationship that Shire has obviously plugged directly into that Coach K train, and there has been no drop-off, none. And they can look across the street at North Carolina and say, we could have been easily that. Hubert Davis is John Shire. Same guy, played here, stuck around here, assisted here, rose through the ranks, and now North Carolina's been left in the dust.
Well, it's funny that North Carolina, who just won 24 games, you're left in the dust.
Well, they fired their coach. They feel left in the dust.
No, it's just it's where you reach a certain level where are people not going to want the North Carolina job because if you win 24 games, you're fired?
Well, I think that if there would have been some debate about that, but the way that everybody can see the program decreasing, because he's bringing in 5 stars too. He's got a top 10 pick coming out. Duke's only got one of those. North Carolina has one too. So and keep in mind, Duke continued to win. So
and also keep in mind, Hubert Davis was 3 points away from a national title. Like,
but the problem was they weren't his kids.
No, but he was. I mean, he was still there.
What I'm saying is, Duke can look across the street and go, "We did the same thing they did. We've been far more successful at it. Our coach did far better than Hubert Davis is." Now, is there all the sheepskins? No, but they can look back at their previous history. Coach K suffered. He was just about run out of the building. A lot of coaches the first couple of years took a minute. Now, the good news is, modern NCAA is you can either fall apart on a dime in 1 year when you lose everybody gone and you just have one bad recruiting week and you lose 3 stars.
Sure.
And then you're in the toilet. And Duke will always have that pressure, but all these other coaches do. But one thing you're comfortable with, as Jay Will said, he's already got the number 1 class coming. It didn't affect them one iota as far as the future goes. They just aren't going to play 2 more basketball games.
Yeah. But
I just can't see firing this guy anywhere within the next decade. I mean, it's going to take some sustains.
But man, you know that when you lose games and not all losses are created equal.
Well, for Duke it is.
Giving up 10 points in the last 90 seconds against Houston last year and then blowing this lead against UConn, those are not regular losses.
Yeah, you're right. And you have 3 or 4 or 5 of those in a row, I think you start to get it. But again, you look, I remember the days when Dean Smith had been coaching for 20 years, still hadn't had a title, and finally got one. And, because everybody just kind of stuck with him and knew this guy is coaching, this guy's recruiting. He just keeps running into juggernauts. Eventually it will happen. And I look at Shire the same way. Eventually this dude's going to rip off 2 out of 4. I mean, he's got enough talent, and certainly he's a decent enough coach to get himself close every year. Eventually it will happen. If it doesn't, I'll take the ride for the 6-8 years, because that means I was close every year.
Yeah. As it stands right now, Duke has 2 5 stars on there, and 5 stars, there's only 20 of them in the country. Duke has 2 of them locked up for next year's class, and they still have 1 third one who's still in the negotiation process, which is now what it is instead of the recruiting process. But the 2 that they've got right now ranked number 3 and number 13 in the country. So, yeah, they're probably still doing all right. Cameron Williams is a kid's name out of Phoenix, 6'11", 195. He's 1 point away from being the highest graded recruit in this class.
Who's the number 1 recruit?
Tyron Stokes.
The kid out of Seattle. Yeah. The Koa Pete lookalike.
Yeah. He's 6'7", 230, undecided at this point. His list says that he is down to Kansas, Kentucky, and Oregon. Which, man, imagine the bag that Oregon's got to be bringing to swing with those guys.
Nike money coming into play here.
Yep. So there you go.
It's unfortunate, and with a guy like Shire, you want to like him. There's things about him.
He does feel like a likable guy.
But dude, I can. If you're bleeding blue, Duke blue, I think there's a little bit in the back of your mind that I don't want to say anything out loud. I don't want to talk about it amongst mixed company, but you better win more. You better win that next one, because I can't bring up what a lot of people are talking about. How do you fire a coach that gets to the Final Four?
Or if you lose, just don't lose in the way that, the way that's like head scratching or embarrassing.
Would it be easier if they had just gotten beat? It might be. Like, the extent of your club, you coached the hell out of them, and you finally ran into a team that was better than you. You were never ahead. They outplayed you, and we go home as Final Four people or great Elite 8 people. But because you had the lead, now we even have a higher expectation of you. Yeah. You should have beaten them, and you didn't. I think the Houston one was you gave them a break because it felt like this is the first time you've really had to do this.
Yeah.
This one was, dude, you've been here. You had more talent on the court. You had some of your players playing well above expectation in Caden Boozer, not Cameron, but Caden, and you still couldn't beat them.
Still didn't do
You
it.
had a dude get off his deathbed with a broken foot and came back and gave you, and you still couldn't do it. So I do think that there's some private conversations to be had, but you don't speak of it in public, and you certainly don't let your competition know you're thinking about it.
All right, let's talk about the week coming up with the Spurs. We'll do that coming up next. It's the Morning Huddle 94.1 San Antonio Sports Start.
You know, Rosti providers continue to grow around San Antonio because what they do just works. You know, so many of us put to bed or put behind us having people help us get out of pain. You know, back when you were a young athlete, you got hurt, you had a trainer that would work you out and get everything ready for you so you can get yourself back in the game. I want you to think of a Rosti as your personal trainer. If you've got a strain or a sprain and you've hurt yourself and you need to get back in the game as fast as possible, and you don't want to rely on drugs to dull or hide the pain or surgery to prolong the problem, you just want to get it fixed. That's why Rosti's been successful. They're all around San Antonio. They're easy to get into because you don't even need a referral, and what they do works fast. So write this number down. It's 1-800-404-6050. The website's Rosti.com. People go, what do they do? Well, it's hard to describe. I'll tell you, it's like a mix between chiropractic and physical therapy and your physical coach and a good friend, because everything rolled in together, you get a full hands-on approach. The bottom line is they figure out what the problem is, why you're hurting, and they fix the problem. And it's amazing how quickly that dissipates the pain. So give them a call today. They're going to get in and see you today, and before you know it, you're going to be back in the game. Don't let pain keep you from doing things that you love. Call a Rosti today. They'll get you fixed. When they do, come on by. Thank me later.
I'm worth a lot more.
I'm worth a lot more.
I'm worth more.
You know what? You're right. At GiveMeTheVin.com, you are worth more. And your car's worth more. And we want to pay more at GiveMeTheVin, because good cars are worth more. And so are you. For top price, trust, and ease of transaction, GiveMeTheVin.com, America's best car buyer. And remember, if we don't beat a deal from Carvana or CarMax, we'll pay you $100.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Pros, just because something on the job runs out doesn't mean you have to. Order it on the Lowe's app. My Lowe's Pro Rewards members get free same-day delivery on eligible orders over $25. Get the fasteners, hardware, or tools you need to keep the job moving. Order by 2 p.m. and get eligible in-stock items delivered right to your job site by 8 p.m. Members get more at Lowe's. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Subject to availability, restrictions, and terms at lowes.com/shipping terms. Subject to change.
Dave Ramsey here. The only water softener I recommend is a quality water softener from Connecticut. It really is the last water softener you'll ever own.
ConnecticutSA.com.
And tell them Dave Ramsey sent you.
Hi, I'm Jason Thompson, and I've represented folks here in San Antonio injured by negligent drivers for more than 30 years. If you or a family member has been seriously injured, I want you to call me, Jason Thompson, at 210-900-0400. I've heard from many of my clients that after they were involved in a collision, they would get phone calls asking them to hire an attorney. This is highly irregular and probably illegal. Any attorney that is trying to contact you either directly or through a marketing company is not the kind of attorney that you should trust with such a serious matter. Quite frankly, it's creepy. If you call me, we will speak directly. If you hire me, it will be after you and I have talked. I will explain what I can do for you, and you can decide what you would like me to do next. The phone call and the consultation are free. Getting a smart result requires that you make smart decisions along the way, and that's my job, to help you and your family make smart decisions, and that's based on more than 30 years of experience. If you've been injured in an accident, call me, Jason Thompson, at 210-900-0400, or go to my website, alawyerforus.com.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation, so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text SPARK to 215-215 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text SPARK to 215-215. That's SPARK to 215-215.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Almost 90 years ago, Academy Sports and Outdoors was born right here in Texas. So we know a thing or two about a thing or two. Like beans don't belong in Chile. It's called a feeder road. And how far really means how long. We've been your neighbor for generations. That's why we're adding Texas-sized deals across the store, only in Texas. If you happen to find a better price at a competitor, we'll beat it by 5%. Academy. Fun can't lose.
It's the Morning Huddle.
All righty then. It is Wednesday, so we've got the Spurs in action tonight.
A late night one. West
Coast. Yes. We've you're going to stay up late if you want to watch the Spurs tonight. The Spurs, the front end of a back-to-back tonight, and they are not playing the Sisters of the Poor. They're playing
the Wounded Sisters.
The Wounded Sisters. They're playing at the Warriors tonight. Again, 9:00 tip out on the West Coast, and after that late tip, they're gonna pack their stuff up in the locker room, and they're gonna get on a plane and head right on down to L.A. To play the Clippers tomorrow. So back-to-back games against Golden State and L.A. And, you know, you've said you want to see them have to stay sharp down the stretch. I will say, and the teams maybe not, you know, the Golden State and LA, neither one of them are like playing their best ball right now. But maybe just having to do this 3 games in 4 days thing is like, that's the kind of thing that can maybe, you know, see how you overcome adversity.
Yeah, that's a stressor.
You know, and then obviously that finishes on Saturday in Denver. The third game of this little mini road trip, Golden State, LA, and then Denver. That's a game that is going to be a stressor because Denver is playing. You know, they're a contending team.
Everything you said, we have to take what we get, right? I mean, I'd certainly like to be playing really hard teams that fall apart at the end, and we get to try hard and still win and all that kind of stuff. We don't get that. We're going to get a couple of. We got a game on Saturday, which I think this weekend. I think you know Denver's coming.
Yeah,
I mean, but you got Voldemort tomorrow, and you got, you know, it's still Golden State. It's still that uniform, and Draymond's still going to be dressed out. And I've seen what those guys can do just by himself. So I think there's a little there. My concern for this little go around is just put him to bed early, so I can go to bed early too. Just do what you've been doing. I don't care about the second half as much as, you know, keeping everybody fresh and all that, but just go run them out of the gym by halftime so we can all go to sleep.
Yeah. Golden State is, and again, I'm not saying Golden State's one of these teams losing games on purpose, but Golden State is about as locked into their playoff seeding even as the Spurs are. They're 2 games behind the Blazers for the 9 spot. The Warriors right now are in the 10. They're the last play-in team. They've got the biggest uphill climb. I don't think that's going to change. I think the Warriors probably realize that isn't going to change. They're not about to break off some 6-game winning streak here. I think Golden State, and you kind of mentioned at the very start, their priority right now is just getting healthy for a playoff run that they're hoping they can make happen.
And I think they're playoff destined. I think that is there anybody who's behind them? I mean,
they're locked in.
Yeah,
they can't
they're
lose
playoff
that spot.
Destined.
They're play-in destined.
All that matters in their whole universe is Steph Curry's health. That's it. There's nothing you can't get any better in planning for him. If he's there, he's scary. You're scary, at least a threat. If he's not, you're the Hawks. I mean, that's who you are. You're a team that can beat us because you got some savvy, but there's not enough there.
Yeah.
It's not.
The game tonight, it is a road game, so you get a little respect there. That it's not quite as tough a place to play as it used to be. What do you think the line is for the
on the road with the Spurs and Golden State? 7, 8.
That's cute.
Is it? Oh gosh! So they're giving them on Spurs a lot more credit than me.
San Antonio minus 13.5 tonight on the road in Golden State.
I was gonna. These are the kind of games that. It's the first of a back-to-back. I figure, it's 60-40 you're going to split anyway. So are you going to get up for Golden State or are you going to get up for Portland? Which game matters more? Either you're going to play everything, all your minutes tonight, or you're going to limit some minutes tonight, or hopefully you blow them out and get everybody's 20 minutes tomorrow. But I feel like, discretion is the better part of valor here for one of them. Hopefully you're playing well, but it wouldn't shock me a bit if they came out tonight looking at Portland or whatever and going, we're gonna roast Portland before we come home and play Denver. We're a team like Golden State who been around the block a couple of times, coached by a coach that I respect beyond belief, just comes out and just coaches them into a win. And especially when you're riding a 9-game win streak and everything has been real easy for the last 3 weeks. You haven't had a tough night yet,
This will tell you a lot about the state of the NBA. The Spurs, who are 13.5-point favorites, are not one of the top 5 biggest favorites of the day in the NBA. There are 5 games with wider lines than 13.5. That sucks.
It does suck unless you've got a ticket to the home game where your team's going to blast somebody. But most of these are road dogs.
Do you want to go? Do you like that?
Well, if you're taking your kids, yeah. I don't
like going to the like. I don't want to go. I don't want to go to games where it's like Spurs versus Wizards. I've got no interest in that.
Well, no, you're right, but we're jaded. But just think about the half of your fans. This is the only game they're going to go all year.
Yeah,
and this is go hoop them. I want to see dunks. I want to see all the fun and the laughter and all that. So no, that sells tickets when you're that good. That's a benefit. But dude, if you're like a season ticket holder, you're into business. There's nothing here. There's nothing to see here. It's I'd just soon go see a spirited practice.
The Spurs are the 4th biggest road favorite tonight. Think about this.
You're favored by 13 and you're the 4th?
Yeah. The 5 games with wider lines, the Raptors are 14-point favorites hosting Sacramento, which that I guess you can make sense of that. The Knicks minus 14.5 at Memphis. The Sixers minus 15.5 at the Wizards. The Nuggets are minus 17.5, almost.
God.
It's 17 or 17.5, depending on where you look, at Utah. And the Rockets are 17.5-point favorites at home against Milwaukee.
Well, first of all, the Rockets looked pretty good last night.
Yeah.
So I get that number.
But they also just played last night.
Now
they got to win by 18.
Well, true that. I guess that's the other side of that.
It's wild what the league is.
If it's my team and I'm favored, I'm all about it. When it's the entire league and I'm trying to find something to entertain me, this is not the answer.
Well, there you go. I'll tell you what. I'm not going to stay up all night to watch the Spurs be 13.5-point favorites against Golden State.
Just put them to bed, please.
Put them to bed get it done early,
and so we can all be put to bed.
I can't stay up all night for you, especially on a back-to-back. Come on.
We're old. We have work to do.
And we got to go to the golf tournament tomorrow.
We have a tough life. It really is.
Yeah, it's going to be really hard.
Hard stuff.
They're with the hoity-toities out there. We're going to have hot toddies.
Well, I've called ahead. They
or
better.
Mint juleps. Is that what we're going to have there? That's what we should have.
Mint juleps.
Yes. I don't know what the drink of choice is at the.
I think it's a hearty cold beer.
Okay.
No, they do have some fancy VTO drink.
I bet there's like a margarita.
There is
something.
a VTO drink.
Yeah, there's got almost every one of these big events has one. But yeah, I wonder what San Antonio's flavor is. I wonder what they do.
Cucumber? I don't know.
I hope not. I hope it's like a pineapple jalapeno margarita.
See, it'd be something like
with
that.
Tahini on the rim. Ooh.
What's his name? Abraham
Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln.
No, the guy that lives up in San Antonio, the pro golfer from Mexico. Right? Answer. He's got his own tequila.
Okay.
Yeah, so maybe he'll bring some of his.
Okay. Well, hey. Well, bring it on, baby. Bring it on. Yeah, we'll be out there at the Valero. We'll be there tomorrow and Friday. In fact, we're going to go after the show and pick up our credentials so we can be allowed on the grounds. You got to make sure that, we don't run into any trouble tomorrow, because tomorrow I'm going to wake up at like 5:50.
Yeah, this is in your backyard.
I'm going to wake up at 5:50 and just roll in and boom, be there. All right. I got to tell you about Underdog Fantasy. Tournament's back. The upsets, they've happened. Sometimes they didn't happen. But Duke's out. We saw that. Florida's out. We saw that. But we are down to just 3 games, and you want to make those games the most fun possible. Maybe your bracket's destroyed. You want to have some sort of rooting interest. Underdog is the way to do it. It's so easy. Are your favorite players going to go higher or lower on their stats? They're going to have more points or less points, higher or lower on their rebounds. Whatever it is, you get it right, you could win up to 5,000 times your money. I am going to be on that game on Saturday. I am going to be on Coahuila in Arizona to go higher. I think these teams are going to run. Arizona and Michigan are both going to be willing to run. And I think Arizona's got some front court advantages here, even against a really good Michigan front court. I think there's just too many bodies in that Arizona front court. So I like Coahuila higher. Download the app today. Use the promo code Alamo to score $50 in bonus entries when you play just $5. That's promo code Alamo. Underdog. Make picks, win money. Must be 18 plus and present in Texas. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-MY-RESET or visit www.ncpgambling.org.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. It is a busy rush hour. I-10 eastbound approaching Huebner. Got a brand new accident here. Left lane, 25-minute delay has yourself from Bernie Stage Road. On Loop 410 eastbound at Babcock, this is our heaviest delay right now. 50 minutes due to this crash taking up 2 left lanes. So start moving over to your right. Got you slow from Exchange Parkway. On 151 eastbound at Ingram, accident right lane. Another at I-10 westbound approaching Geevers, and a stall at 37 northbound Carolina Street downtown. That's in the right lane. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
Let's be honest. Watching the Rangers is better when you got something on the line. On Rangers game days, call your shot with the Morning Huddles. Rangers Double Dinger Payday. Play ball! Pick the Ranger you think will send one into the seats. He hits 1, you're going to a Rangers game. He hits 2. Now you've just been upgraded. Tickets and a hotel stay. That's what we call getting paid. Wake up with the Morning Huddle. Make your pick and win with the Morning Huddle's Rangers Double Dinger Payday. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Texas Rangers.
This report is sponsored by American Public University.
Success starts with your drive. You bring the fire. American Public University will fuel the journey. Learn more at apu.apus.edu.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
You know that Big Bargain detergent jug is 80% water, right? It doesn't clean as well.
80% water? I thought I was getting a better deal because it's so big.
If you want a better clean, Tide Pods are only 12% water. The rest is pure, concentrated cleaning ingredients.
Oh, let me make an announcement.
Attention shoppers, if you want a real deal, try Tide Pods. Stop paying for watered-down detergents. Pay for clean. If it's gotta be clean, it's gotta be Tide Pods. Water content based on the leading bargain liquid detergent.
Spring brings brighter days and more time to show off your Kohl styles. School drop-off, a chance for your outfit to shine in the morning rays. The sun filtering through your windows, practically a personal spotlight. And family walks, all perfectly timed for golden hour. Shop Kohl's for 15% off and make the most of more daylight. Your outfits deserve it. Select styles. Offer ends April 4th. Some exclusions apply. See store or kohls.com for details.
No one likes having to choose. That's why with America's best lineup of hybrids from Hyundai, you get the best of both worlds. Like the reliable and efficient Tucson Hybrid with America's best warranty. Or the stylish yet capable Santa Fe Hybrid with power to navigate the toughest terrain. It's like having your cake and eating it too. You know, if you could drive a cake. Hybrids from Hyundai. It's the best of both worlds. Visit HyundaiUSA.com or call 562-314-4603 for more details.
This is the highlight of my morning. Hey, what's up? It's Island.
And I'm Josh.
And a little thing we love about the Chick-fil-A Bacon, Egg, and Cheese Biscuit is that it's our go-to morning comfort.
And you've got that nice golden fluffy egg.
With a soft, flaky biscuit.
Crispy bacon.
Melty cheese.
You want something quick, you want something convenient, but most of all, you want something good.
There's no better way to start your morning.
There we go.
Start off the morning with a Chick-fil-A Bacon, Egg, and Cheese Biscuit with Simply Orange Juice. Order on the Chick-fil-A app today. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
Hi, my name's Jason Thompson. I've lived in San Antonio for more than 50 years. Went to grade school, high school, and graduated from law school right here. San Antonians have trusted me as their attorney after serious injury and fatality collisions since 1994. My website is alawyerforus.com. Why a lawyer for us? Well, after several years of practice, I watched as insurance companies created their own law firms solely to defend against auto claims. Today, there are very few insurance companies that do not have their own captive law firm filled with attorneys whose job is to minimize what the insurance company has to pay on an auto claim. If you or a family member is injured in a traffic collision, you will need your own attorney. Just remember alawyerforus.com. For many lawyers you see on billboards, your case will be handled by a non-lawyer or a staff lawyer. If you call me, Jason Thompson, I will be the lawyer you speak with. The initial consultation is always free. If you or a family member needs an experienced attorney you can trust, I want you to call me, Jason Thompson. My number is 900-0400. That's 210-900-0400 or alawyerforus.com.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up on The Blitz, the Spurs hit the road. They've got a back-to-back, and it all starts at Golden State.
We'll get you ready on Game Night San Antonio, brought to you by Vision Source. Plus, we'll have the latest from the owners' meetings out in Arizona.
And I promise no complaining all day.
The Blitz starts at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. It's the Morning Huddle.
I like to let it build. All right, ladies and gentlemen, now joining us on the Buyer's Barricade guest line from Arasti, the man, the myth, the absolute effing legend, Dr. Jason Garrett here on the program. Good morning, Dr. Garrett.
Let's go. I'm ready to go now. All
right. Yes. Welcome in, sir. Welcome in. Let's talk about, I just introduced you properly as the man, the myth, the legend, and game recognized game. And I think you know that Joshua Patrick Allen is a legend, a real man, a true man. And Joe Brady says that during the season, for most of the season, Josh Allen could barely walk. He was playing with a broken bone in his foot late in the 2025 season and through the playoffs. He said he obviously had to have foot surgery after the season. He's playing like you'd think there was nothing wrong with him. The guy could barely walk, and he's out there playing games. He's built different. But they do say he's going to be good to go in the offseason. when you have an injury like that, and you continue to play on it, and I know, obviously you're a football player, you're tough, everybody knows that, but can you do more damage by continuing to go out there when you really need to have a foot surgery and you're just kind of powering through to the end of the season?
Yeah, yes and no. So if it's fractured in a spot that's not going to continue to displace, so the problem is if you keep on working out on a fractured foot, keep on playing sports, it's not going to heal well. It's going to heal kind of awkwardly. And then more than likely you're taking a lot of pain medication, so you're allowing more damage to be done. Then you can damage some of the soft tissue around it. But if it is in a spot that doesn't really need to kind of be put back together, it's not displaced, then it's just a matter of pure pain and you're going to delay the healing process. You may not do any more damage as long as it's for short term, a few months, like the end of the season. If you continue to play on it for a significant period of time, yeah, it's never going to heal well. It's going to fuse awkwardly. It's going to create more arthritis. But this situation is probably kind of the best case scenario where it wasn't doing more damage. It was just extremely painful, and he's so tough that he could play through it and then get surgery afterwards and be totally fine.
As far as how it came on, like those repetitive use injuries, is this, when you look at things like this, do you think, well, we might have a biomechanical issue that we need to address? I mean, because this happen again, because the same stressors are coming around the corner next year.
Yeah, a lot of times something precipitated it, whether it was an ankle sprain or something in the past that caused you to move a little differently. And then, like you said, it can be wear and tear. It could be where the cleat pattern is, if the cleats are putting pressure on the foot in just the wrong spot. I mean, it could be a number of things. He might be getting his ankles taped in a way that puts more stress on the bones of the foot and the ankle. So, yeah, you want to address all those things. And, they'll usually after surgery, your body is able to, I don't want to say heal properly, but if they bring you back within a professional organization, they can make sure all your range of motions are being addressed at the same time so they can kind of retrain your muscles and joints to work the way they should have instead of adapting around it like you had been.
A former Longhorn here, Jonathan Brooks, the running back who had ACL surgery in 2023 when he was at Texas. He came back, he got drafted, and then he tore the same ACL his rookie year, missed all of last year. So we haven't seen this guy play since late in 2023. Dave Canales, who's the head coach, says he expects him to participate in off-season workouts. But when you've had a guy tear 2 ACLs and really hasn't even been on a professional football field yet, do you start to have concerns that either it's just his body's not built for it, or maybe the doctor is missing out on something? What can those kind of things pop up if you start to have the repeat injury over and over again with the same with the same knee?
Yeah, I mean, it could be, especially if they're non-contact injuries. If they were like a freak injury where he was hit wrong and it tore, then you chalk it up to just bad luck. But if it's something that you've done non-contact, you cut wrong, yeah, there's some muscle firing pattern in his lower extremity from his hips to his knees to his hamstrings, quads, that's not moving well or not contracting at the right time and putting that under more stress. Could just be the way he's built. There's unfortunately some angles of how the femur attaches to the knee, attaches to the hip, puts more stress on the ACL in some people. You can be a great athlete, but you're just kind of, it's luck of the draw. It's not great. I would hope that, assuming he can get past the psychological part of it, because doing it once, most guys recover, they do well within a year. The mental part of it's gone. Doing it back to back and having now 2 years, basically 2 or 3 years off, where you haven't played competitively, where you haven't trusted that leg, I think that's going to be more daunting than the physical aspect. Is having that injury twice, so basically missing 2 years of your career at a young age is going to be really mentally challenging to come back from.
Yeah, the mental side, and then it's just that the game just keeps moving while you're standing still. The comeback from that second one is always 4 times as hard as the first one. This is the time of year with all the NFL guys who are coming together with the NFL meetings, and everybody is either on schedule or ahead of schedule in recovery. I didn't hear one general manager, one doctor say, "Oh no, this has been rough, man. I don't think he's going to be ready." Do the players know they're ahead of schedule or behind schedule? Because I heard Max Crosby, that trade got turned down because he was told he wasn't. He thought he was ahead of schedule, and the team said, "No, you're not." So when you hear all this, is there a defined schedule for, let's say, like Kittle dealing with his Achilles? Is there something he should be doing by week 9? I mean, is there something that we go, check, he's on time?
Yeah, the reason I laughed is it's always a window, right? It's 4 to 6 weeks, it's 6 to 8 weeks, it's 3 to 5 months. And a lot of times you can hit certain benchmarks way ahead. And you're like, yep, everything's great. I'm 2 months ahead of schedule, but you're really not. The body needs time to heal, especially post-surgically. You have to have a certain amount of healing, depending on the surgery that you had, before you can stress that tissue enough. And then once you can stress it enough, it depends on how quickly, like some guys adapt quickly and build muscle, and their tendon strength comes back real fast. So once they get to a certain point, they're going to be way ahead of schedule. And then there's guys that just have tissue that doesn't heal as quickly. They're going to get to that same point, be on schedule, which is kind of where they set the window. They set it from the lowest expectation to the highest expectation. So most people are always going to be on schedule, and the physicians and the team doctors are going to handicap themselves to make sure they look good. So they're never going to put it at the high end. They're going to put it at the most conservative expectation so that they look good.
Jorge Polanco, who plays second and first base, depending on the day for the Mets, sat out yesterday with Achilles soreness. And this is a guy who's had a lot of knee-related issues in his career. This time it's not a knee, which I guess is good, but they're saying Achilles soreness. He's a 32-year-old. So obviously for baseball players, that's getting up there. If he were to injure himself at that age, once you start to feel Achilles soreness, is it just, take a day off and rest it? Or do you start to worry that there's something that's waiting underneath the surface to happen?
Yeah, assuming he probably had some knee soreness as well, some patellar tendon issues in the past. There is a significant portion of athletes that have a gene that leads to chronic tendinopathies. So Achilles problems, tricep tendon, bicep tendon, patellar tendon. And the good news with that is they don't usually tear. It's just painful for a long period of time. So if he's getting this where it's chronic, I wouldn't worry too much about it. It's going to be something he can work around, he can adapt to. It's always going to hurt after the game, after he works out. That's probably going to be his life going forward. The good news is there are treatments for that. So they have what's called shockwave, extracorporeal shockwave treatments that you can shock a sound wave into the tendon, especially in these chronic ones, which creates a lot of local inflammation and then gets the cells to regenerate much faster than they would with just rehab, like strengthening and conditioning. So rest does not help Achilles issues. You have to get some treatment on it. Yeah, it's going to make it feel better, but as soon as you go back to your activity, it's going to get inflamed again. So I would expect that if he's had other issues, this is probably going to be a chronic thing for the rest of his career.
And now my natural question is that for those that do have that gene and you're chronically going to deal with that, what is your day-to-day? What are you doing to make sure that you're as good as you can be?
So if you're an athlete, you're going to be doing a lot of tendon loading.
What is
basically, so when you're doing strengthening condition, let's say for a squats, for your patellar tendon, instead of just loading up the bar as much as you can or just doing lightweight with lots of reps, you want to do a 3-second negative and a positive. So as you go down, you want to put as much weight on there as you can tolerate and then slowly lower it for 3 full seconds, 3 full seconds back up, because tendons respond to tensile or tension much better than muscles do. Problem is when most guys lift weights, they're going to go up and down at a normal cadence, and they're going to build their muscles, but the tendon actually gets more irritated because it's moving too quickly. So you do a lot more slow, repetitive movements. It's not fun. It's not exciting, but it does help tendons get stronger and heal.
All right, that is Dr. Jason Garrett from Rosti. I have one more question, Doc. I accidentally ate a large pizza by myself last night.
You fell into it.
And now it feels like it's not in my stomach, but it's not in my throat either. There's a pizza stuck in my chest. What would you recommend to get that, to make it go one way or the other?
Drink a lot of water. Just a ton of water. Get that to push that through.
Okay. And
way to do it.
Could that be related to my knee issues? Is that possible?
Yeah, well, probably. Yeah. Hopefully you're not taking any GLP-1s because that's going to stay in your stomach for a long time.
Oh, no. Other drugs. Okay. Yeah, I need to take those, actually. That would be a good move. All right, that is Dr. Jason Garrett. We appreciate the time, Doc, and we'll talk to you next week.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thanks, Doc.
Dr. Garrett and all our guests appear via the Buyers Barricade guest lines. Buyers Barricades providing traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond.
We had this discussion yesterday. We talked about the food at the Masters.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they've
the menus out.
Menus out, and not only for those that go to the actual tourney. The winner's meal, Roy's menu is out.
Oh, what's Rory?
Roy,
serving?
If you're dining at the Masters Club dinner on tomorrow night or next week, I'm sorry. You'll start with a peach ricotta flatbread.
Okay, that sounds
which
nice.
has got some balsamic and hot honey basil. And then you can also have a rock shrimp tempura with creamy spicy sauce, bacon-wrapped dates with goat cheese and almonds.
Oh, I love that.
Grilled elk sliders, caramelized onion and onion jam, roasted garlic aioli. That's your aperitifs. Your first course is a yellow tuna carpaccio with foie gras and toasted baguettes with chives above. Your main course is a Wagyu filet mignon or a seared salmon. You got your surf and turf options. And for dessert, you got a sticky toffee pudding.
I like his menu, actually.
Not
I was
a bad
worried
one.
because he's from was he Northern Ireland?
They don't
or
eat very well over there.
No,
So it's
that's a good sounding menu, though.
Yeah, not a bunch of potatoes.
I hope he's letting an American chef cook that and not some Irish chef.
It doesn't say it's his chef, though, right?
I don't know. I know he creates the menu.
I guess it's the master chef that's probably taking care of that.
I hope so. I bet he'll do good with that. That does sound really good.
And for you fans that are going to be watching, the prices have not jumped at all. How much do you think a pimento cheese sandwich is?
Aren't they $2?
Less than that, $1.50.
Okay.
You're really going to have to go out on a limb to spend money. The most expensive thing I see is a ham and cheese on rye for $3.
Okay, now ham and cheese I can get with.
Yeah.
I don't want egg salad or pimento cheese. So
those are only $1.50.
Do we have some sort of a beverage? What's the
all the libations are of course alcohol free as best I can tell, unless you're in a VIP tent. But if you want a bottled cola, that'll run you. Everything's $2.
Okay, yeah, that's a good deal.
Not more than $3 anywhere.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. Good.
These people are beyond wealthy.
Mm-hmm.
There's one place in the world that you could probably get away with a $25 pimento cheese sandwich, and that's the Masters.
They're not they still don't let women out there, do they?
No.
Oh, thank God.
Women, man.
Oof.
Mondays is women, and
they have
that's
Women's
when they
Day.
get to play on Monday.
Right after
They
the
get
course,
away.
they're all wrecked and stuff.
They all get together and they get on the same cycle and they attract bears.
Yeah,
You don't want that.
Can't have, especially during the Masters.
We don't want the rich guys getting attacked by wild animals.
We want it to be a serene and peaceful event.
And ladies
will ruin serenity.
They be shopping.
Especially ladies named Serenity. They will ruin things in a real hurry.
You can even buy Advil or Aleve for 75 cents.
Really?
They've even got
like
that
for
for
just
you.
a 2-pack or what?
I guess it's on the menu.
Man, if they don't have alcohol, who needs that?
We used to go down for spring training, see the Rangers play every year in Phoenix.
Okay.
And then there's a bar right there close called the Dirty Dog Saloon.
Uh-huh.
And then we went one year where I guess it was the Super Bowl, where the Super Bowl and the Western was going on at the same time with the what is that, the 16th hole or whatever it is.
Okay.
You know the one I'm talking about.
The waste management.
The waste management where everybody goes bananas. Well, we happened to hit a cross-section of us and the well-to-do golfers who had lost their minds. The golf fans that had flown out for this thing. It is the craziest middle-aged orgy I've ever seen.
Nice.
I'm talking about expensive golf clothes and a lot of sweat and a lot of grinding going on in there. So I have a sense there's a lot of Tylenol being consumed the morning after the wealthy golfer parties.
When I was going down to spring training, we used to go to Astro spring training in Kissimmee, and we'd go with the Astros and their minor league, one of the AAA affiliate, the Round Rock Express. A guy ran it named Jay Miller, and he loved this crappy bar. Like, you would have loved this place, and it was his goal every year was to bring the media to this bar and break the bar tab record that they'd set the year before.
I like this guy already.
Dude, it was like, he'd come over to you, like, how many beers have you had?
Just the guy to help.
And I'm like, 8.
How many you need?
He's like, when are you going to get started?
What's the record? I need to know what I'm working for.
Let's go. That's how you should treat the media.
I think so.
You want good coverage of your team? That's how you treat the media.
Or take us to Nobu.
Yeah, that works too. That works too. All right, man, we got 1 hour left in the books, friends. 1 hour to go. Let's readdress the MVP conversation, because some media types threw their opinions out there yesterday. It's the Morning Huddle 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Riding the work with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. It's the Morning Huddle, KTFM Floresville.
This report is sponsored by Burger King. Burger King has been working on the Whopper, and thanks to you, it's never tasted better. Flame grilled beef, crisp produce, and a perfectly toasted bun. Whether it's been weeks or years, come try the Whopper again for only $3.99 on Whopper Wednesday. Terms apply. Visit bk.com/terms.
Looking for TRT that's flexible enough for your lifestyle? Head to Synergenics and Low T Center. Choose testosterone shots or pills. You can pay with insurance or out of pocket and even have your treatment shipped to your door. And now at Synergenics and Low T Center, they're offering new peptides, new treatments, and more. Boost your energy, libido, and confidence for results you can feel. Book your free testosterone test now at fixmylowt.com. That's fixmylowt.com.
All right, our Sports Star crew, listen up. If you want to keep winning in life like our San Antonio Spurs do on the court, head over to Game Day Men's Health. Cibolo Shirts or Alamo Ranch, the roster stacked with all-stars just like our Spurs. Experts trained in hormonal health, erectile dysfunction, weight loss, advanced peptide therapies. Why go to the G League when you can take your talents straight to the top, baby? Whether you're tired all the time, you've got low energy, maybe you've got some weight gain or the brain fog, maybe you need a little help in the bedroom. I'm not here to judge. They've got you covered. Their Hall of Fame team and services like testosterone replacement and peptide therapies will get you back in the game. Located in Alamo Ranch or choose the Cibolo Shirts location on I-35 and 3009 across the highway from HEB. Call 830-376-9100 or visit GameDayMen'sHealth.com and book your appointment today. Win back your health, win back your life. It's game day. Let's go. That's 830-376-9100.
Indeed presents hires you can't afford to get wrong, like a warehouse operations manager.
Where are the forklifts?
Sold them. Too expensive. We're using scooters now.
So you expect us to move a 2-ton pallet on a scooter?
Just lean into it. Put your back into it, people.
This is a job for sponsored jobs. This is what happens when you don't sponsor your job on Indeed. Next time, get matched with quality candidates with Indeed sponsored jobs. Visit Indeed.com/hire now and sponsor your job today.
Ready to celebrate? Hop into Easter festivities with everything you need at Target. First, get ready for your special occasion with 25% off stylish looks. With spring vibes, vibrant colors, and fresh florals, you'll find outfits that match everyone's style. Then, fill up their baskets with endless joy. From select Easter plushies to fun toys they'll love at 20% off. Don't miss out. Make this Easter unforgettable at Target.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell, definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit information kit. 800-791-0000. That's 800-791-0000.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $200-$300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code SNAP to get an extra 35 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code SNAP for a 35 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code SNAP for a 35 cents per gallon bonus.
Sports Center brought to you by SAPDcareers.com. The San Antonio Police Department is always hiring.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. It is a busy rush hour. I-10 eastbound approaching Heathner. Got a brand new accident here. Left lane, 25-minute delay has you slow from Bernie State Road. On Loop 410 eastbound at Babcock, this is our heaviest delay right now. 45-50 minutes due to this crash taking up 2 left lanes. So start moving over to your right. Got you slow from Exchange Parkway. On 151 eastbound at Ingram, accident right lane. Another at I-10 westbound approaching Geevers, and a stall at 37 northbound Carolina Street downtown. That's in the right lane. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
In the NBA, the Spurs get back to work tonight, riding a 9-game win streak. They're in San Francisco to take on the Golden State Warriors. Tip set for 9 o'clock. The game will be televised on ESPN. In other NBA news, LeBron James became the winningest player in the league's history last night with his 1,229th win. He passed Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. In the NFL, the Dallas Cowboys owner Jerry Jones spoke yesterday at the NFL meetings. He was asked about George Pickens and his contract situation. He said there's been no fresh talks, but he does have Pickens in his long-term plans. In the MLB, the Texas Rangers took another one on Danny Jansen. Had a good game, 3 hits, including a 3-run dinger in the 8-5 win. They're going to wrap up their series in Baltimore today, a game you can catch on San Antonio's ESPN AM 1250 and at 11 o'clock for the pregame. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. How we all doing out there? It's the Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Welcome in. Got some talking heads pitching in on the MVP conversation, which continues to be a debate. I think maybe we're feeling it more here than other places are because, we've got a dog in the fight. But I think now I think this MVP race is going to be closer than I think maybe people thought it would be. And we've seen Wemby kind of close the gap. And I think there are some people who are going to cast their vote for Wemby. And,
there'll be a few.
I'm with you. I do think that I don't want to say it's decided, but it's very close to decided.
Yeah, it's done. It is done.
Let's see if the odds have changed since yesterday in the MVP awards market. Shea minus 350, Wemby plus 250, Luka 15-1, Joker 60-1. So no, not much has changed since yesterday.
No, I say it's done. It will change if the Spurs somehow take over first place and Wemby goes and gets 40 points, 50 points a couple times before now to the end of the season. It could come down to a neck-and-neck horse race. But even then, I think Shea gets the benefit of the doubt.
So the guys on PTI had some things to say about the MVP race yesterday. Let's hear from Tony Kornheiser first and get his thoughts on this one.
So I really like the fact that Wembanyama has said publicly he wants to be the MVP and that he wants there to be no doubt about the separation he has from everybody else. The Lakers are 15-2 lately, Pablo. That's really good. The Spurs are 25-2 since February 1st. And Wembanyama is in the middle of that. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, it's fine that he doesn't want to campaign for this. He doesn't have to. He won it last year. He's having about the same year, and his team is the best team in the league. So it's very easy to vote for him, and I think that humility will help him. Doncic has been great lately. There's a quote, though, from Doncic, which indicates to me that he thinks he's not that high with the voters. He says, the better I play, the more I go down in the rating. But here's the thing. They've been very much better this year than last year. They've been very much better most recently than earlier in the season. J.J. Redick is 100% right to stump for Doncic. He's 100% right to do that. And I get all of it. But on the ballot that I have, if I had one, it would be Jaylen Brown first. Because I think what he's done in the absence of Jason Tatum is terrific. And then second for me would be Wembanyama, but it would have been Cade Cunningham had he not gotten hurt, because Detroit is on top in the East. And then I would have Gilgeous-Alexander, Doncic, and Jokic, who is, and I'm sure you agree with this, simply the best basketball player in the world. He's the best player in the world.
So sort of a back and forth, it seemed like, for Tony Kornheiser. He's kind of all over the place there. But I respect what Jaylen Brown's done. I think that Jaylen Brown deserves to be in the discussion. I can't imagine putting Jaylen Brown at the top of your.
He's not the MVP. And it's one of those things that when Jason Tatum came in, Jason Tatum stepped it up. And now that he played pretty well to step up.
Yeah.
And they were waiting on him to make a title run. Well, MVPs don't wait on other stars. They take teams to titles. That's the one thing. The second part of this is Kornheiser isn't following basketball. He just lives up in the Northeast. And he's also a Boston guy.
Yeah.
He lives in Boston. He's gonna take the Celtic over that. And I think up in the Northeast they're not paying attention to OKC and what Shai Gilgeous is actually doing. He spoke like Shai isn't having a better year than he did last year, and he's having a better year than he did last year.
The team's not, though.
But he is. This is an MVP award, and he is also the best player on the best team in the West. So I don't know, other than you're just not paying attention, but everything that you use as a metric, is he as good as he was last year that won it? Yeah, no, he's better. The team isn't winning as much, but guess what? They're still the best team in the West, so he's the best player on the best team.
Gibbs says, is this going to be the closest MVP race for the NBA? I don't think it'll be that close. I mean, I think, I know there was one where
it's been close. It won't be as close as it's been. It's been closer.
I know there's one where when Magic Johnson won and Charles Barkley got more first-place votes, but Magic still won. I know that the Shaq Steve Nash vote was very close, and a lot of people were pissed that Steve Nash won. But
the second one he didn't deserve. But there's going to be more guys get a lot of votes than normal.
I think so too. I think there is a good mix here. Well, he was on the show yesterday with Pablo Torre, and here's what Pablo Torre had to say about the MVP.
None of the campaigning strategies, none of it really replaces the substance at hand. Like, I've seen Daryl Morey be so thirsty for James Harden and Joel Embiid. I've seen people say, I would never insert myself into this process. I don't care. I'm looking at the merits, though, the subjects on their own merits. And I'm like, okay, where do I put Doncic? I'm putting him probably fourth. I think Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, number one. Thunder the best team. He's averaging 55% on 32 points a game. For a guard, that's insane. Jokic is leading the league in rebounds and assists as a center. Wemby, if he wasn't playing as little as he was, 400 to 500 minutes less than the other guys, I'd probably pick him because of his defense. And Doncic, nothing to be ashamed of. It's just he's number four to me. Number four on the list.
So not much love for Luka there. But also, I think, again, if you tell me you've got Shai, Wemby, Luka, Jokic in any order, I don't. There's real arguments to be made for all of them. I feel like.
But with different merits, and we have to understand the rules of the game. And there are the written rules, and then there's the unwritten rules, and the unwritten rules are the ones you have to understand. And to understand that, we know that we've said it over and over. You don't win the MVP the year that you earned it.
Yeah.
You get it the year before. You get placed and you're a top 3 candidate. You're on the watch list. But you got to be on the watch list. And if you're not, you get to earn your place on that watch list next year. Can you back it up? Can you do it again? And that is the most important rule to know. Is it the right thing to do? I don't think so. But this is what we're doing. I think it should be, the merit should be from the first tip of the first game to the last whistle of the last game. Nothing before, nothing after. But that's just not how we do it.
No. Here is Luka talking about his case for the MVP.
I mean, I never did that, so I'm not the one voting, so, but I think I've been playing pretty good. We've been winning, so that's it. That's all I got to say.
It's tough when your biggest star really doesn't care.
No, I don't think he cares that much.
Like, dude, I got one of those. It's pretty nice.
But also, I wonder if Shai really cares about the MVP. Like, I think now that he's got one, I think he cares more about.
I think there's something about defending the title.
I think he wants to start counting rings, though. I think that's his top priority.
Well,
because that's what's going to be his legacy long term.
Luka has always been the best player in his realm since he was like 16. I mean, this guy's always been great. Joker doesn't care. Joker doesn't care
not at
whether.
all.
I mean, but he's never. But see, Joker, he was an undrafted dude. He just kind of showed up and got great.
Yeah.
Luka's always been in his mind the MVP from when he was 16. So I think he has a thirst to kind of justify. I think Shea's chasing it more than we want to think. I think there's something about the small market and him where he might not want it as much as his teammates want it for him and his fans want it for him, but I do think there's something, a merit to wanting to get it because it brings glory to the rest of your team. It brings glory to your town. And when you're Oklahoma City, much like when you were San Antonio, it was nice to have the MVP here. You know, it mattered. Even though there weren't rings, or there were rings, the MVP added a little bit more flavor, and I do think it matters.
Yeah. Maybe so. I mean, it matters in big markets too. Typically, you know who it matters the most to is teams that aren't winning titles. Like
exactly.
If you're not when the Rockets fans were pushing so hard for James Harden to be the MVP, and of course I hated James Harden as a player. I don't. He's whatever as a person. I don't want to go down that road, but I hated his game. But I was like, the Rockets fans didn't care if they won or lost. All they cared about was he's the MVP. He's the MVP.
Mm-hmm.
When you're a championship level team, if the MVP's cool if it comes, if it doesn't come, whatever. You've got a way cooler trophy. That's my thought, and I think that Luka, especially this year, I'm not saying the Lakers have zero chance to win the title. I think they have a pretty slim chance. I mean, like I'd say,
I'd call it puncher's chance,
like 2-3% maybe if we're doing math. So maybe that's like, and especially in a town that glitz and glamour goes a long way in LA. Maybe that's, hey, this is a good alternative prize, you know, a good booby prize, since I couldn't win it. That's why I wish Spurs fans didn't care about it, because I do feel like the Spurs have a championship contender team. Who cares if the rest of the league recognizes how great Wemby is right now? Because if he goes out and wins a ring, there's no questions about it. And
hard to argue, but you know, there's something about having the best guy. We got the best guy.
Yeah,
there's something about knowing that, especially this iteration of the Spurs doesn't have a ring.
But we've also said this before: the MVP is not about who's the best guy.
No, the best guy. We'll say it over and over. He plays in Denver.
Yeah, so it's a lot of the times it's who's the best guy on the best team, and right now there's not much of a debate about that either. As great as the Spurs have been, they're still looking up at the standings, and you know it's hard to argue against Shea at this point. Now it's hard to not argue that Wemby deserves to be in the conversation. He does.
I think we all agree he's probably the second.
But until you knock the king off the throne, he's still the king, is the way I kind of see it.
He's on the throne. He is literally still on the throne. He has the title, he has the ring, and he has the best record. He has better numbers than last year. He did it without the second best player of the year on his team for a lot of the year, and the team continues to win. By default, he gets to keep it.
One more player who was also on the throne, not quite in the MVP conversation this year, but Anthony Edwards missed the start of his game the other day.
What happened to you for the first minute of the game?
I was taking a
Oh.
Yeah. But like I said, Mike held it down for me.
Anthony Edwards missed the start of the game because he was taking a.
Well, Paul Pierce wished he'd have done the same thing years ago.
Yeah.
Bobby Hurley had to exit the game a couple times in a championship game because of stuff like that. I personally have had to leave a game more than once because you got the poops. At least he's honest.
When you get did it hit you more during big games? Were you nervous?
Oh, I wasn't playing in those. That was never really a worry. I didn't even have my shorts on the big ones.
Did you play in big games in high school? Like, did you play?
Okay, no pressure. Those you don't get the poops. Like sometimes it's just you ate popcorn early in the day and your timing's off. You ate lunch an hour later.
Now I think part of it was because obviously when you're fighting, you do weight cutting and your diet it's off. Let's just say you're down another.
I can't imagine like dropping 10 pounds of water weight and then trying to not have the poops or problems in 24 hours.
When you put that weight on before the fight, it's like as soon as I get off the scale, what I did was I would drink Pedialyte until I peed clear, and then I would eat a bunch of fruit to satisfy my hunger, and then I'd usually carb load a little bit that night, but mostly it was like Pedialyte and fruit is what filled up my guts to start. The first time I fought, from the time I got to the venue to the time when I actually fought, I pooped 4 times. I think I was just so nervous.
Well, there's a lot of that.
I was like, this guy was going to try to beat me up in front of my friends and family.
Yeah, man.
But I think also, I mean, the diet had something to do with it, but it was like, oh man, I got to go again. My coach was like, are you kidding me?
In my experience, you treat players like kindergartners on game day. Yeah. There is a schedule, and every minute is accounted for. You eat at the same time, you eat the same thing, and you're here at the same time, whether it's a roadie or a home thing. So you keep the system intact. If you're used to pooping at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, let's get you pooped by 5. It's one of those things. Yep. Keep the system intact so nothing like this happens. And normally that happens because you had an extra something earlier on, because these guys, their bodies are now these fine-tuned machines, more so than – if you've never been there where you can literally feel your body and the slightest change, when you've gotten in that kind of physical shape, the slightest alteration can throw off the entire system. So I was always, as a player and as a coach, I'm a creature of habit. We meet at this time, we do this at 8:15, we do this at 9, and we don't vary it at all.
Now, the fourth time that I did that day, I'd already had my hands, I'd already put my gloves on and they were taped up.
Need a good friend.
And I couldn't wash my hands.
Need a good friend.
So I had to hit. I was like, man, now when I punch this guy, I'm going to be hitting him with the stink fist, and that's what I did. I think he left the match with pink eye.
I don't even like to think, but I assume that happens a lot.
Yeah. C-Note says, as a Spurs fan, Wemby's the MVP in my mind.
He is.
I mean, listen, man.
Look at what he's done.
He is the MVP of this team, certainly, but you're looking at it as a Spurs fan, and that's sometimes the hardest thing to do, is separate yourself from your fandom and like look at other teams and look at the other stories around the league and see how they've shaken out over the course of the season. And again, I'm not like shooting down the case for Wemby, because I think there's a legitimate one, but the truth of it is, it's not. I don't think it's his time yet.
And that's just it. But when his time arrives, it's going to be for a long time. When he finally breaks through and he gets that MVP, he will start every year, as long as he's not hurt, as the favorite. Yeah. And it will be for the next decade that he will be the MVP. And anybody who gets it will be the MVP, not named Victor. You can just. And everybody knows it. So those that are voting don't feel so bad. I don't feel too bad about him not getting it, because I know there's going to be a time real soon where there's nobody going to be even close, that we won't even be able to think about anybody, because, like I said the other day, I firmly believe he's going to average over 30 points a game next year. He's going to get 33 or so, averaged over. He could easily average a triple-double, and we might see a couple of quads coming our way. And it'll get to the point where when he doesn't do it, we'll wonder what the hell's going on.
S Money says, what if they finish first? That's a different discussion.
Well, like I said, if they get to first, and especially if he has
it changes the narrative.
Like Saturday against the Nuggets, he goes off for 50. Whatever those big last games that are nationally televised, he goes off and they catch OKC. Well, all bets are off at that point, because again, the fallback is you earn it the year before. Well, he didn't get that, but the next one is, are you the best player on the best team? And he will be able to lay claim to that.
American Guru says, what % of MVPs come from the team with the best regular season record? I don't know. I mean, that'd be a worthwhile thing to check out. One thing I do know statistically is the MVP every year, I want to say going back 20-something years, has been top 3 in that Hollinger's PER stat. And this year, now, you could look at it 2 ways. The top 3 this year, Shea is 3rd, Jokic is 2nd, Giannis is 1st. And now if you say, okay, well, Giannis doesn't count because he's not eligible to win the MVP, and you move up the 4th guy, the 4th guy is Wemby. Wemby's he's 4th in that stat. Luka's 5th, by the way. But yeah, I know I think it's gone 20-something years where if you're not in the top 3 of that stat, you basically don't have a chance to win the MVP. But so that one's also like in the eye of the beholder. Like, does Giannis count or not? I don't know.
I don't. Well, and this is a unique circumstance because his team is literally that bad. That you kind of got to discount it. And normally,
but do you discount it because the team is bad because he's not there?
Well, there
it kind of shows his value. Like if the Bucks had Giannis, can you imagine them not making the playoffs? No.
That's why very rarely do you get measured by your absence, and this is one of those few times.
Yep.
There is Michael Jordan is the one that won the most games and won the MVP. It doesn't happen as often as you'd think.
Okay.
So you don't have to have the best record. You just got to be on the best team, and sometimes there's a difference. But Michael did it back in 95, 96. But only 5 MVPs have gone on to win a championship on a regular basis.
Well, I mean, Shea was an example last year. He was on the best team and was also the finals MVP. But, I don't know what percentage of time it happens is. I know it's not a strong, hard rule that you've got to be, but I think that's the first thing people look at is like, all right, well, how'd this team get so good? Okay, there's the guy.
I just AI'd it. In the last 25 years, only 5 regular season MVPs went on to win the title. They say only 5, but there was 15 of them that fought for it. They just didn't win it.
All right, when we come back, we will look at what's going on in the world outside of sports. It is the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports. I got to tell you about the Gunslingers, baby. That's right. They are back in action, and they bring this fun, explosive indoor football play here to the Alamo City. And it is fast. It's high scoring. It's thrilling. It's a great time. And the next game, who are they playing, Rob? The Vegas Nighthawks. Oh, my gosh. That was, now you're pitting against my old team, the Vegas Nighthawks.
So much better than the Dayhawks.
I know, but I have fully switched my allegiance, friends. I am Team Gunslingers. I couldn't even name a player for the Nighthawks now. I'm done with them. That's what I'll tell you. I'm done with them. So get out there, get with me down at the Freeman. Show your San Antonio pride, baby. Indoor football is a family-friendly, fun event right here in San Antonio. It's affordable for your kids. It's not going to break the bank to get out there, and you are right on top of the action, I'm telling you. You can literally talk to the players. Tickets are on sale now. Grab yours at SanAntonioGunslingers.com. They've got single game. They've got full season packages available. You want to get out there April 18th against the Vegas Nighthawks. You know where to find it. SanAntonioGunslingers.com.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We just cleared a couple of our trouble spots. That wreck at I-10 eastbound Camp Bullis and the wreck at 410 eastbound Babcock clear. Still have the stall at 410 northbound Calabar. That's off to the shoulder. And on 1604 eastbound, that off-ramp to get onto I-10 Vance Jackson. That stall has the off-ramp partially blocked. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA. Time Saver Traffic.
Hey golfers, you could win a set of custom golf clubs from Flight by Yingling. Thank you to everyone who played in the sold-out 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Spring Golf Tournament presented by Flight by Yingling. Now, imagine hitting the course with a set of custom clubs valued at $2,800 with a cold flight, 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. Enter now at yingling.com/golf. No purchase necessary. Must be 21 or older. Flight by Yingling. Enjoy responsibly. DG Yingling & Sons, Pottsville, Pennsylvania.
Mellow Mushroom has the best pizza in San Antonio. Mellow delivers the best pizza experience with their delicious dough, premium ingredients, and unique flavors. Delivering a higher order of pizza is the standard. If Mellow can make a pizza this delicious, imagine what they can do with munchies, greens, calzones, and burgers. Mellow Mushroom has San Antonio's best happy hour with food specials and half-off adult beverages. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 and Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
This report is sponsored by Positive Coaching Alliance.
Got issues with youth or high school sports? Positive Coaching Alliance can help. PCA, a national nonprofit, offers more than 1,000 free online resources for youth and high school sports coaches, parents, students, and administrators. Visit PCADevZone.org.
The Valero Texas Open is a can't-miss event. Here's your chance to enjoy food, drinks, and the world's best PGA Tour pros as they tee it up at TPC San Antonio. You won't want to miss the unforgettable, unexpected, and winning moments at the Valero Texas Open. Proceeds help us continue a long-standing tradition of giving back to our community. Buy tickets on ValeroTexasOpen.com and join us April 2nd through the 5th.
Hi, my name is Jason Thompson. For the past 32 years, I've represented San Antonians injured in auto accidents. I'm a second-generation attorney here in town. My father, Bob Thompson, has practiced law here in San Antonio for more than 50 years, and I learned how to practice law from him. I learned what it means to be asked to represent a client and the tremendous honor and obligation that comes with being someone's attorney. And here's what that means for you. If you call my office, I will be the one you speak to. I will be your attorney, not a staff member or a junior lawyer. 2, I have one rule in my office. If my client's happy, I'm happy. 3, relationships. A good one is built on communication, honesty, and time. I like talking to my clients. They're the only reason I go to work every day, and each is very special and very much appreciated. If you or a family member has been injured in an auto collision, please call me. My name's Jason Thompson. My number is 210-900-0400. That's 900-0400. Or you can go to my website, alawyerforus.com.
Hi, everybody. It's Joe Reinagel. You know, now is a great time of year to get your roof inspected and ready for our crazy spring weather. Be it hot, cold, rain, or hail. Who knows what Mother Nature has in store for us this year? Call Stevens Roofing at 210-785-0994. You know, your roof protects your home and your family. A quality roof overhead means comfort, confidence, and certainly peace of mind. Now is the time to get your roof ready for spring. Call Stevens Roofing at 210-785-0994. Or go to stevensroofing.net.
Injuries happen, and when they do, skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Quarry area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray casting and bracing, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at tsaog.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
ZipRecruiter. Evan Cohen here. In life, as in sports, the pros make it look easy. That's why pro golfers like Jason Day, Ben Griffin, and Patton Kazire trust the pros in lawn care. True Green. They have the experience and expertise to give you a lawn worthy of the PGA Tour. And since True Green does the work for you, you get more free time, or more tee times. So stop stressing over your lawn and start loving it. Sign up now at TrueGreen.com because nobody makes it easier to get a golf course quality lawn than True Green, the official lawn care treatment provider of the
King JC says, I see Wemby voters fatigue happening in the future just like it did to Joker.
Trust me.
It happens to everybody. They'll get tired of everybody. They got tired of LeBron. I think there was fatigue with Jordan on MVP voters. That's why Karl Malone won one over Jordan. It's a real thing. And not only is it a real thing that I think there's fatigue, but also there's always this concern of if we give them this many, then what? What's the what happens when the next great thing comes around?
Well, that's what Joker's running into right now.
Because nobody thought Joker was supposed to be as good as he is.
We're gonna give you 5, 6, 7 MVPs. Are we really ready to do this with one ring?
Are we ready to say that Joker is Wilt Chamberlain or maybe even Kareem? That's the question people are asking now, and it's a.
Well, what's the old saying? Either die a hero or live long enough to be a villain.
Ooh, yeah.
I mean that's what I've been saying about Wemby and this Spurs team. I hope they enjoyed this year, and I hope they kind of enjoy a little bit of next year. But this team is very quickly going to become a villain we're very quickly going to become the Death Star if this group stays together for 3-4 years and Wemby continues to do what he's doing. He's going out and getting 35 a night and getting 9 blocks and running a fast break and passing between his legs and alley-ooping on your best guy over and over and over. He's going to become Shaq. He's going to become Wilt. He's going to become the dude that everybody hates because you can't beat him.
Yeah.
The time's coming.
Well, and it may already be here for Oklahoma City. So there's I hope that that's the case. I hope that everyone starts to hate San Antonio.
That's RPP, man. Hate us.
All right, here's where I like to see what's going on with the world outside of sports. Paul McCartney, his Reddit account got banned over the weekend.
He's posting porn again?
He was posting pictures of a concert that he wasn't supposed to be posting pictures to.
Was it his?
It was a phone-free evening.
Was it his show?
Yes. He posted pictures of his own show, and Reddit banned it. He said that eventually he went in and said,
hey, it's my stuff.
Now, a post shared under the account handle Paul McCartney said, "Hope you enjoyed the show last night. As last night was a phone-free experience, we wanted to make sure you had some memories from the show to share with friends, family, and loved ones." The account shared a Dropbox link, which let fans get a range of photographs and encourage them to share them on social media with the hashtag Paul Rocks the Fonda. Now, due to the no phones rule, Reddit banned Paul McCartney's account. Now, they've since fixed it, like I said, but you'd think, Well,
would you trust a Paul McCartney unchecked account? I wonder if he has the blue check.
I don't think Reddit has that. Reddit is the Wild West. I don't believe anything I read there. Nothing. My wife will say, "Oh, you know what I saw on Reddit?" And I say, "I don't want to know. I don't want to know anything you saw on Reddit."
I never go to Reddit.
It's just wise of you. It's a cesspool. I mean, X is bad enough.
Well, I trust Wikipedia. I mean, that's all I need.
Yeah. Well, that's so far so good. Have they ever done you wrong?
No. Not at all.
Usually when they're most wrong is immediately after an event.
The fact of the matter is I don't trust any of that stuff at all. Anything that's open sourced, I don't trust at all.
Rob, you're going to hate this. 3 of the top 5 songs on iTunes are AI.
Oh, no.
Yes.
It's one of those things where now I question all new music.
Eddie Dalton has a new single out. He already has 3 in the top 5 of iTunes. His new one, Stay a Little Longer, just dropped. And Eddie Dalton is all being generated by a content farm run by Dallas Ray Little in Greenville, South Carolina, who's already gotten dozens of these fake songs and videos by different artists on YouTube. But they are downloading these songs like they're real. People assume, oh, man, this is good. I got to get it. Stay a Little Longer, the most recent by Eddie Dalton.
Mine was Morgan Luna.
Oh, my. They sound like fake people, don't they?
Well, yeah, it's not a real name. And you go, well, I haven't ever heard of this guy before. And then when you look it up, this guy's got 3 songs. Wait a minute.
Yep.
AI.
Uh-huh.
It's fake music to me. I know that maybe that's something that we're going to grow to accept eventually. I just refuse to.
Yeah, I don't like it. I'm against it. So hopefully this doesn't last long, but that is a concerning trend. 3 of the top 5 songs are AI songs, which again. I don't know. Maybe I haven't heard much of it, but if I have heard, and I keep myself bubbled about my music. Well, I don't take in much new music unless I've vetted it.
Don't accidentally like or follow up on a new band on Spotify or YouTube Music or whatever your thing is, because then you get more.
Did you ever watch the show Survivor?
I'm one of the few that has not.
You've never seen it?
No, I watched the first season or second season back before most of the watchers were even alive.
Okay.
With the naked dude one.
Yeah, Richard Hatch.
Yeah, that was the only one I really paid attention to.
Well, Richard Hatch won Survivor. Right now they're doing Survivor 50. If you've watched any college basketball, you realize Survivor 50 is on CBS and Paramount Plus. Survivor 50 is on CBS and Paramount Plus. The only thing you may know more about Survivor 50 being on CBS and Paramount Plus is commercials about the Boozer twins. That's all I've seen is Boozer twins commercials and Survivor.
They do
Survivor 50. Oh my God. Okay. Well, Survivor 1, Richard Hatch was the winner, and he won $1 million. Mm-hmm. Huge payday. Well, he didn't pay taxes on that $1 million.
You have to pay taxes on that?
Yeah, which doesn't seem right. I mean, the government it wasn't out there surviving with him. And quite frankly, it wasn't happening in the United States. He made that money overseas. But he now owes $3.2 million in back taxes and penalties.
So this is from 30 years ago?
Yes.
This is still going on?
Yes.
Well, first of all, I applaud his lawyer for letting this thing go this long.
Sometimes
a delay is a win. Delay is a win.
Now he went from plus $1 million to minus 3.2. That feels like a loss.
Well, I'm pretty sure they ain't gonna get $3.2 million. I get the sense that's there's no million to get.
Oh,
can't get blood from a turnip.
Oh. Remember you were saying kudos to his lawyer.
Well, if you delayed a tax debt for 30 years, that's pretty good.
In its effort to get the money, the federal government won a judgment against Hatch on March 17th. But Richard Hatch, acting as his own lawyer, filed a notice 2 days later on March 19th that will appear to the United States Court of Appeals.
If you represent yourself, you have a fool for a client.
Oh, no. Yeah, he owes the federal government $3.293 million. The final bill likely to be higher because it'll include statutory additions from and after May 13th, 2024, including interest.
So I don't know. So this is the debt that was accrued at like 94.
Uh-huh.
They hadn't won anything since.
Well, no, I think that it came out in like 1999 or 2000.
We're talking,
I think it's been like 25 years. They do 2 seasons a year, so so 2000, let's say.
Talk about a statute of limitations, man. If you can run from the government and not pay taxes on something for 30 years, you should get to keep it, man. You win.
I kind of think
we're done.
too.
We're tired of chasing you. You win.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
We ain't got it.
You pass. Go ahead. Keep your money.
If we ain't got it yet, we ain't going to get it. Let's just
For those who never saw, that dude won it by being naked the whole time.
Yeah, he made everybody uncomfortable.
Yeah. I've adopted that at home.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you want to have an argument with your family, walk out nude.
Yeah. What are they going to? I mean, they're at a minimum distracted.
Yeah, you can get a lot of stuff done.
At a minimum distracted from what's really going on. I mean, listen, this feels like maybe a little bit of an overreach, but a man and a woman were arrested on Saturday. They were just hanging out at the park, just trying to have fun. In
a park?
Yes. Okay. Benjamin Frey and Christy Ruiz, both of Marathon, Florida, were arrested for just having sex in public view at a children's park. No big deal.
I'm not even sure that's illegal in a lot of places.
No, in Florida, though, I think it is. They have been arrested they face felony counts of lewd and lascivious exhibition and misdemeanor counts of indecent exposure and a resisting arrest. They were at the City of Marathon Children's Rotary Park and Dog Park at approximately 8 p.m. That's when the cops showed up after receiving a report of a man and a woman having sex in plain view of others. The witnesses were a family of 3 that included a child, and both suspects were taken to jail. I think I would have waited till if I were to have sex with Christy Lynn Ruiz ever, it would have to be after midnight. Maybe it
turn into a pumpkin. Well, what would you expect? Oh yeah, I appreciate the scars on the face,
the chin herpy.
Yeah,
you like that?
That's lovely.
Oh.
I don't know how he resisted as long as he did.
Well, he's 35, she's 42. There is an age gap.
Was this a paid encounter? Do we know if they were a long-term?
Well,
or was this
judging by
business?
Her judging by her appearance and his facial hair,
I'm guessing this was a business
This
transaction.
feels like it was business related. And he did the double eyebrow,
little carved thing in there,
yeah. That's how you know he's real tough.
That's how you really know.
Yep. All right, we've got one segment left. One in the whole dang episode. We'll take a look at the daily lines on the other side. It is the Morning Huddle 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
San Antonio's newest sports headquarters, Novo Brewery. Craft beers, full bar, hard kombucha on tap, a handcrafted food menu, and massive LED screens. Attached to North Star Mall with late hours. Visit novobrew.com. That's novobrew.com.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text BAIL to 474747 or online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
Hi, everybody. Joe Reinagle here for the Golf Club of Texas. I absolutely love the Golf Club of Texas. They've made so many improvements to the golf course, from brand new cart paths to resodding the greens and fairways. You might think it's a private club, but it's not. It's open to the public 7 days a week. Best rates are always online at golfclubtexas.com. That's golfclubtexas.com. The Golf Club of Texas, you know where it is, right there off Briggs Ranch Road off Highway 90. The Golf Club of Texas is the friendliest golf course in Texas.
Looking for TRT that's flexible for your lifestyle? Head to Synergenics and Low T Center, where they offer TRT shots and pills. Pay with insurance or out of pocket. You can even have your testosterone shipped to your door. Ready to change your life? The choice is yours. Book now at fixmylowt.com. The tournament is back. You know there's going to be upsets. You know there's going to be buzzer beaters. And I can tell you, Underdog is the best place to get in on all the action. Hi, Jason Minix here from The Blitz. On Underdog, you can make your picks and win money right now here in Texas. Love playing on Underdog because it's fun and it's easy. Because you pick whether your favorite players are going to go higher or lower on stats like points, rebounds, steals, and more. Get all your picks right, you can win up to 5,000 times your cash. So download the Underdog app today. Use my promo code STAR to score $50 in bonus entries when you play your first $5. That's promo code STAR at Underdog. Make picks, win money. Must be 18 plus and present in Texas. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-MY-RESET or visit ncpgambling.org.
By texting 64,000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from Ownwell. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at ownwell.com/terms. Estimate based on your neighborhood average and individual results may vary.
When I saw how high my property tax bill was, I was shocked. We couldn't afford this. But I discovered Ownwell. Ownwell reduced my property taxes and saved me over $1,000 in just 3 minutes.
Your property taxes aren't set in stone. They can be challenged and they can be reduced. But instead of filing a tax grievance yourself, Ownwell does it all for you with a combination of local experts and cutting-edge technology. Ownwell has reduced property taxes for hundreds of thousands of homeowners and put money back in their pocket. And unlike other companies that take half of whatever you save, Ownwell charges just 35%. And that's only if you save.
Now I never stress about my property taxes. Ownwell reduces it every year.
Sign up now for free. Don't pay unless you save. Text TAX to 64,000. Text TAX to 64,000. Text TAX to 64,000.
Evan Cohen here. You know the feeling when a candidate just stands out. Not just the resume, but their energy. They're eager, engaged, and you know they want the role. That makes a difference. If you're hiring, you want a candidate who's passionate, but you can't get that insight from a resume unless you post your job on ZipRecruiter. Their matching technology finds qualified candidates fast, and ZipRecruiter has a new feature that shows you the most interested qualified candidates first. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/sports. That's ZipRecruiter.com/sports.
Progressive knows there's no one more important to your team than your pet. They're like your top draft pick.
And it looks like Chuck has selected Pepper the Corgi. Bold pick there, Deborah.
Yeah, Rich, Pepper has a high ceiling for sure, but he does have a tendency to bark at every tree.
Yeah, he brings a lot to the table, but also takes a lot off of it, especially when it's been left near the edge.
Nothing left to do now but suit him up for the dog park.
Protect your top draft pick from injury and illness with Progressive Pet Insurance. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates of third-party insurers. Not available in all states or situations. Covered subject to policy terms.
If you miss the Blitz with Jason and Joe, then you miss this.
There was a couple that I was talking to yesterday in Charlotte. Now, I'm not sure who booked their travel, and I hope they saved $50. They got off a cruise in San Juan, Puerto Rico.
Right.
And flew from San Juan to Charlotte to fly to San Antonio.
That seems weird to me, but I don't know. San Juan is kind of, isn't it New Yorkish?
San Juan is in Puerto Rico, sir.
Isn't Puerto Rico that way, though?
No. Not even close.
Of course it is.
Somebody buy my man a globe.
Right home with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6 on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
This is Jason Minix from the Blitz. You're listening to 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day for a double dong challenge. Oh, yes!
Every day is worthy of a double donger.
Your mic's not on.
I think it's broke. Oh, there it is.
There we go. You got to hit it with a hammer. Let's put in a work order.
I have.
Oh, okay. The double dong, double dinger challenge, brought to you by the Morning Huddle, is underway. And when that's a game where every day we pick someone gets an opportunity to pick a player from the Texas Rangers or their opponent. And if that player hits a home run, they get tickets to a future Rangers game. And if that player hits 2 home runs, then they get some accommodations up there. They get tickets to a game. They get some hotel stay for them and a friend. It's got a nice little trip on us. And all you got to do is, win the double dong challenge. Today, day 3, the third game in the series between the Rangers and the Orioles up in Baltimore. It's an early one, so we'll know if we get double donged early today. Nathan Eovaldi for the Rangers, a lefty on the hill for the Orioles,
That's right.
Trevor Rogers, brother of Kenny Rogers.
The singer?
Yes. Can you believe it?
Not
shouldn't.
Really.
It's a made up lie that I just did.
But there's the other Kenny Rogers, the baseball player, related to him.
I don't think so. I think it's just I think Rogers is a regular.
Parents were just big fan of the man and his chicken.
Yes, I believe so. So let's go with caller number 11.
I got some usual suspects. I think 1, 2 guys are kind of swinging hot bat, but I do have an extra one. What about Ezekiel Duran?
Oh, that's going outside the box a little.
Does he get added into this little?
It's outside the box.
It looked like he was swinging it yesterday.
Okay.
So Corey Seager, I think, is the usual. He had one.
But I think do you want to use Corey Seager against a lefty?
Probably not. What about, Danny Jansen he was seeing the ball yesterday.
But he's also a platoon player, so who knows if he's going to even play today.
3 hits. So that's why I'm thinking maybe outside the box and maybe look at Ezekiel Duran. I'm just saying.
I'd go, this is just me. I'd go with Jake Berger.
Yeah, that was my choice yesterday.
Yeah.
And I was wrong. So I would say eventually a broken clock twice.
But whoever won yesterday they didn't win. They didn't get double dong, but they got a single dong.
That's right.
That was our first dong of the year.
Luis Gutierrez is his name.
Luis called it out.
Congratulations.
He got a Corey Seager dong. But yeah, there's some Orioles too who can hit him. Pete Alonso, Tyler O'Neill. So there's a Gunnar Henderson. They got some guys who can get it out of the ball yard. So we'll see who can get the job done tonight. All right, let's wrap up the show with a look at the daily lines.
It's the Morning Huddle's look at the daily lines with AJ and Rob on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You covered, yeah!
A little bit of movement in the college basketball games. Well, in one. Michigan, Arizona is still -1.5 for Michigan. Illinois, who was -2.5, is now -1.5, -2. So UConn taking a little bit of money here. You agree with that? You like UConn, don't you?
I do. I think that the pressure that they can bring to bear and the fact that they've been in this environment, they know what it's like, they know what to expect, they're not going to be surprised by anything that happens on Saturday. I like them.
All right. NBA tonight. I told you there's a lot of wild-ass lines today. Sixers are at the Wizards. The Philadelphia 76ers, who are a play-in team, a play-in caliber basketball team, are 15.5-point road favorites at the Wizards. That's absurd.
Well, I think Embiid's hoping to get 90 tonight if he can play.
And it's entirely possible. Hawks are at Orlando. The Atlanta Hawks minus 4.5 on the road. Boston minus 4.5 in Miami. The Knicks.
Boston minus 4.5.
Mm-hmm. At Miami.
All right.
The Knicks are minus 14.5 at the Grizzlies. The Rockets, the first home team favorite here, they are 17.5-point favorites hosting the Milwaukee Bucks. Raptors minus 13.5 hosting the Kings. Bulls 4.5-point favorites against the Indiana Pacers. The Denver Nuggets 17-point favorites at Utah. And the Spurs 13.5-point favorites in Golden State.
Obviously.
Spurs by 14 tonight?
Well, what they were 18.5 and won by 15 last.
No. Spurs have been late money takers too. They pretty much every game they're taking the late money. What they do, it's hard to even say like what they do against Golden State earlier in the year because Golden State looks nothing like this now.
I think it's a doable deal, but my concern is obviously you're putting pressure or you want to win both of the back-to-backs. But which one do you want to win more? Do you want to springboard off of a Portland win, come home and play Denver, or do you want to put it on your coach and rest a minute, maybe rest a dude that might be a little sore against Portland before you got a big game? I don't know what the plan is. I think that they should sum total this by about 30 points with 2 wins in 2 days. But, when you're riding that 9-game win streak, eventually you're going to lose one.
Yeah.
And if you're going to lose one, I get the sense that they're going to lose one of these. Well, I just don't know which one it's going to be.
Their third and fourth losses of the year both came against Golden State at home.
Well, we saw one of them.
That was back in November. They lost, they didn't have an answer for Steph Curry.
And remember, Draymond went and threw us all off our game. So that's why I worry a little bit more about tonight than tomorrow.
The game at Golden State, though, the Spurs won 126-113. Fox paced them with 27 points in that game. But again, I don't know what to think of Golden State right now. I'm not looking to lay that kind of a number on the road.
I'm not either. But I do expect 2 straight wins. I just don't know how far away they're going to pull before they give up the ghost and bring in Jordan McLaughlin.
Major League Baseball, Luis Severino goes for the A's. Chris Sale for the Braves. Braves minus 232. Nathan Eovaldi and Trevor Rogers in Baltimore. The Orioles minus 120 favorites in that one. Paul Skeens takes the hill again after his rocky opening day start. My guess is he pitches a little bit longer today. I think he'll get out of the first inning.
That's the hope anyway.
The Pirates are minus 155 in Cincinnati. Andrew Abbott goes for the Reds. Cade Cavalli goes for the Nationals. They're in Philly taking on Christopher Sanchez. Philly's minus 280. Kyle Freeland and the Rockies, the day after they scored 14, they followed that up with a 0. There you go.
We shot their wad for March.
That's more like it, Rockies. Kevin Gausman goes for the Blue Jays. Jays minus 300 in that one. Shane Smith and the White Sox. Sandy Alcantara and the Marlins. Miami minus 155. Freddie Peralta and the Mets are in St. Louis. Matthew Liberatore goes for the Cardinals. Mets minus 170. Drew Rasmussen and the Rays are in Milwaukee taking on Jacob Mizorowski and the Brew Crew. Brewers minus 145 there. Garrett Crochet toes it for the Red Sox. They are minus 155 in Houston. Mike Burrows going for the Stros. You say Kikuchi, I say Kikuchi. And the Angels, they are going into Chicago to take on the Cubs. Matthew Boyd going for Chicago. Chicago minus 170. Tarek Skubal minus 165, the Tigers are, as they head to Arizona to take on Zach Gallen and the Diamondbacks. Cam Schlittler, easy for me to say, and the New York Yankees are at Seattle. George Kirby going for the Mariners. Mariners minus 120 favorites. Adrian Hauser goes for the Giants. Nick Pivetta for the Padres. Pods minus 155. Joe Ryan and the Twins are in Kansas City. Noah Cameron going for the Royals. The Twins minus 120. And Gavin Williams and the Cleveland Guardians head to L.A. to take on Yoshinobu Yamamoto. The Dodgers.
Keep it down, Edwin.
Minus 280 favorites. All right, that does it for us, friends. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll do it all over again, except this time we'll be doing it live from the TPC golf course for the Valero Texas
Come
Open.
see us.
Jason and Joe bring their lesser brand of sports talk radio coming up at 2. We'll see you tomorrow, everybody.